Move it sometime. Hey, welcome to Full 42. Today we're talking about our top 5 space games. Games that happen in space, things are about space, whatever our interpretation there. And we have Peter Vaughan with us, friend of the show.
Hey, how's it going?
We figured Peter's got nothing else going on, so we might as well.
I'm just launching a space game as we speak.
Yeah. You're just sitting around doing nothing, so why not just get you on one day? Come on the show.
We can talk about that a little bit too. We've been talking about it for the past couple of episodes, of course, and
appreciate that.
all that. But Andromeda's Edge is still going live right now. Did we pass the 500K mark yet?
You were damn close when I looked this afternoon.
Yeah. That's exciting.
Still what? 9 more days? 8 more days?
Yeah, we have 9 days to go. Maybe after today, it's 8. It's still a bit of a shorter campaign for us. Just to launch an expansion to an already, published space game.
Yeah, I meant to ask, did we go shorter games just because it's an expansion? Is that kind of like the thing? Or because normally we do 22 days or something, I think. Is that right?
Yeah, I've launched every other campaign that I've ever launched has been 21 days, except for the first one. I did my first campaign at 30. That was painful. And then I went to 21 for the remaining 10. And this is the first time I've ever tried 15 days.
15, yeah.
And the reason is because the middle is the middle of the campaign is pretty much everyone's either decide if they're coming in or they need that final bell to decide. And on an expansion, I felt like we really didn't need that middle for anybody,
Yeah, well, plus, that whole, the original, the way it used to be was 30 days and stuff. That whole middle, like, that's kind of static for most campaigns. But now we have the whole, you can jump in after the campaign thing and the backer, everybody does that. So, yeah, it's a good question. Do we even need that kind of slow time in the middle?
One of the first times you were on the show, Peter, we had that conversation about Kickstarters and about the length of them. And you said, and this has stuck with me, you said that you were always curious what a shorter campaign would do because of those reasons. And we had come off of, a campaign that was longer and that Death Valley in the middle. And then we did a 14-day campaign based on what you were saying, which made sense. You got that first 48 hours of this is brand new, you want to check it out. You got the last 48 hours of this is ending soon, you don't want to miss it. And then you have that shorter period in between where you can kind of adjust and you have a couple live plays or things sprinkled through. And it makes sense. Like those 30-day campaigns, unless you're bookending it with some sort of conventions and ways to kind of keep people engaged and not just like a daily unlock because people don't want to come back every day to see what you're unlocking. They'll come back weeks later to see what was unlocked. That middle, unless you have something in there, which we did with Charcuterie, a couple days we had a live play and a couple days we had a live play, and you kept it kind of fresh and in people's faces rather than it just tanking for 7, 8, 9 days in a row is brutal.
Yeah. And this indicates kind of how I'm feeling about GameFound right now. But GameFound doesn't want to chat. I feel like GameFound is like much more, give me the game, I'm out, than Kickstarter is. So I just don't think anyone wants that middle.
You mean like the consumers or the users, the backers, they're less involved in the campaign?
I think so. I think that it's a no frills. It really just is. Let me see everything that I need to get. Let me see if you got stretch pay. Let me see if you've got all the things I'm expecting, and then I check. I know what I'm doing. I check out. I have an expectation. I think everybody, because GameFound's built it a little bit like a pattern, the way all of them are constructed is kind of similar. It means that you can kind of quickly see what you need to see and then go.
All right.
For better or worse, I like it a little bit more interactive, but I get it. I totally get it. We're all busy. And so I find that most people on a GameFound campaign are interested in anything new they need to know, and then peace out.
You think that's because
people on
it's
Games On are more
started?
like Chris.
Yeah,
They're
really.
more like Chris. They just want to hit the button and give me the game when it's ready. I don't want to engage with you.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk to you. I don't even want to read emails from you.
I'm your easiest customer, unless of course you want me to give you money outside of the normal thing, and then I miss the update, and then I'm upset.
Yeah,
on my show.
So
poor Chris.
it's a little short for turning around, like what you were saying, Mike, is that like, what if you need to adjust something? It's a little short for that. For example, if we're like, oh, this isn't really connecting right, we didn't get this messaging right. Well, it's over. Like it's too fast for that. Fortunately for this campaign, we don't have too many things we're regretting in that regard because it's an expansion. So we're like, yep, it's going to be good. It's pretty much what you see is what you get. Very little stretch goals. But there is one or two things that I do wish we had a little bit more time to do. So I do think 14 is shorter than I would probably do on the next one again.
You'd go back to 21? 3
I
weeks?
think I go back to 21 when it's back to a fresh game. So for example, Chris's game Whisperwood. Give it.
Chris has a game? I haven't heard about that. What's
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
We need plenty of time to explain what Whisperwood is and get everybody in and have all the fun.
Right there. Yeah.
You can do a lot. This is going to turn into a crowdfunding chat because I love talking to you about this stuff. But you could potentially do a lot of that building with, especially with what you do with your pre-marketing stuff, right? But your pre-launch, your Discord engagement, your marketing stuff, like you give people enough information prior to that you can kind of close that gap. You might not need a 21. I really do like the 14. I think the 14 is good. But again, if you have a convention in between, or like you said, you need to give people more information about something, that extra week to pivot, right? To have a little bit more time to move stuff around if need be, might be good too.
It's also interesting what's happened to Cardboard Alchemy as a company. I think I was gonna say, not for better or worse, for good, for better. I think we have found our people in some ways. Where there's a bunch of people who say like, oh, we trust that this is going to be delivered, that it's going to be good, that I'm going to be excited to buy all the pieces. So what's ended up happening is our bell curve, which used to be a certain way on Kickstarter, is it's more front loaded for our campaigns, which is fantastic. I love the fact that people are coming in, but it also means it's front loaded and then there's kind of nothing else. There's not people coming in the middle. So we are finding that we might need to adjust for that.
Right.
Mark.
Hey, it's good to see you.
I do need to apologize to some people, especially Mark, who when I set this up, I set it up Thursday and I accidentally set it for the show to launch on Thursday night. And so this is what 226
had your space game conversation with other people.
Yeah. Well, we didn't launch it, but I got a message from Mark, a little bit in, like, you guys doing the show? And I looked like, oh no, and I had to go and reset the time. So so Chris sent me every Monday at usually around 3 p.m. Eastern time. Chris will send me the thumbnail for approval. And then he'll send me the YouTube link for me to share out Monday, a few hours before the show. Sometimes this is 5 o'clock at night. Sometimes this is 1 in the afternoon. It was Thursday, maybe early afternoon. And he's sending me all this stuff. And I literally was like, today's not Monday, right? Like today's Thursday, because he was so ahead of the game on it. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Well, that's what I get for being on top of it.
Yeah. You should always do things last minute. You're much better that way.
I've been training my whole life.
Yeah.
Anyway, digression. Obviously. Normally the way our episodes goes, we do announcements, we do a Luca painting, we have a top 5 space stuff. That's what we're doing. Top 5 space games. And I have a fun game for you and Mike to go through. Peter.
Okay.
I'm sure you'll both very much enjoy it and not consider it torture at all.
Okay. Well, I did give you back-to-back torturous weeks, so.
You did, but I make my games fun. At least I try to make them fun for you.
Sure. You have better production value. I'll give you that.
So yeah, well, let's get into our announcements. I mean, we already kind of talked about one of your announcements. I'm sure, Peter, is that Andromeda's Edge is going on. Link should be in the comments. I'm not comments in the description as well. If anybody hasn't joined yet.
Yeah, we're pretty excited by. I mean, we talked about the funding, but to me, it's always the backer amount. And we're heading towards 6,000 backers, which is amazing to me.
For an expansion, that's awesome.
Right.
Yeah.
Mostly for an expansion. We have all the old stuff so people can get in fresh, but it is mostly expansion backers, and that is fantastic that people are confirming that yes, the game is fun enough that I will come back and get whatever else is there.
Hey, Will. Yeah, that's tremendous. To have that backer level is phenomenal.
Anything else you want to tell people about? They'll see you on other shows or anything like that?
I think mostly from our announcements level. What's also kind of shocking to me is I figured out when Flamecraft Duels is going to land, which is we've done 2 campaigns this year. So that's amazing. We have done that in the past. We actually did that we did Andromeda's Edge and Critter Kitchen in the same year, but they felt so much farther apart. These were really crunchy together, and Flamecraft Duels is the first one we're delivering in the same year and early. I've never done that in Kickstarter crowdfunding land ever.
That's amazing.
Early is like I've been trying 12 campaigns to get early, so this is the first one. First one, and it hasn't happened, meaning I have to still knock on wood because boats are still in the water. So there's still not a.
I mean, and also to be fair, like by not early, like if you go over, it's been what, like a month or 2 over for the most part. I mean, we haven't had egregious.
No, I mean Flamecraft was somebody got it on the day, but most people got it between 2 and 4 months, and then
It counts on time.
And then Critter Kitchen was 2 months, and Andromeda's Edge was 2 months, within 2 months. So they've all just been like really close.
I think that counts as on time. And Kickstarter crowdfunding times, it
does sort of count as on time, but that's a sad state that's on time. But
I mean, I have some that are like 5 years old late.
It's fashionably late. That's what it is.
Late.
Yeah.
Like us, like when we go live at 9 o'clock, and
right?
We're never live at 9 o'clock.
Right. There you go.
There's so many things. I mean, when you get to that side, when you get to peek behind the curtain and how all of the logistics of that works, unless you pad it with months of just in case timing, we had a boat that was stuck in the Panama Canal because of water levels for a week. Like you can't predict a lot of the stuff that ends up happening.
Well, a good example of that is I asked our manufacturer for Flamecraft Duels, can you make it by this date? Then they came back and said, we can make it by 1 week after that. And I said, okay, let's go. Then they came back and said, this is a lot harder than we thought. So because we've got magnets and we've got this board construction that they had not tried before. So they said, we're going to need like a couple extra weeks. And I said, okay. And I said, is there anything we can do? And they're like, no, there's only certain people on the assembly line that are trained in magnets. So we have to do this, right? Then they came back and said, you know what? There's this heat wave going through China right now, and people are passing out, and we have to stop the process. And I can't get mad. I can't. Oh no, you got to keep going.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, so there's a heat thing, but you just can't control any of that stuff, and you can do your best, but it's just always stuff like that happens.
Yep.
And yet, I think what we're hoping for is that we're early and we can take it to PAX Unplugged. Very excited about that. So our sort of announcement from Cardboard Alchemy is that we're doing our first booth at PAX Unplugged. We've never done a booth before. We've made games, we just haven't taken them on the road, so to speak. So we're trying
We've done demo tables so far, but
we've done
not our own booth though. Yeah, right. That's awesome.
So
that's great.
Exciting times, very exciting times.
Mike, I think you got a little something happening this week.
There's a lot happening this week. Yeah, we're not there. I mean, it's QSCon. Tomorrow's library move day, which is super fun.
Nice.
Getting it all up on a truck and moving it. The library's on rolly rack, so
How big's the library?
Anywhere between 12 and 1,400 games.
That's like a game store that was in LA. A game cafe had about 1,000, 1,100. That's like you're moving a game cafe.
Yeah. It's about a third of the collection, probably a little bit less than that now because I have so many. So yeah, I have north of 6,000 games total.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm trying to get rid of like 300 or something to cut mine in half. But yeah,
how many people do you have helping you with QSCon?
I mean, anyone would help me, but it's just me.
Oh, wow.
Wait, you're moving 1,300 games by yourself?
No. Like I have my friend Brett and the truck.
Okay.
So Brett will help me, and then I have my friend Steve and Dan helping me move the things on wheels over to the hotel.
Okay,
But
that's four people.
QSCon is me. QSCon is run by me. I have people that will help when needed, but it's me from front to back.
You should ask for more help. You have tons of friends.
I would love you to come.
I mean,
and
not
help
me, but
I would love both of you to come and help me. If you would, that would be phenomenal.
I'd love to go. Yeah, I
love
just
to.
can't make it this year.
I know, I get it. I'll keep doing it. I mean, we meet every Monday, and every Monday I will ask you if you can make it.
Move the month. I think that's what my problem is. September just is never aligned, but I'll work on it.
September, in the beginning of September, my QSCon, it was in the first 3 years, it was in 3 different months.
Huh.
I had September, October, November. I didn't know where it was going to go. And then November was too close to PAX. October there's a retro video game con that's here. And Essen, it was always dancing on Essen. So then it landed in September, and it was usually about 2 weeks prior to Essen. And now Essen moved 2 weeks. So now it's a month prior to Essen, which is fantastic. But it's usually now it's a week after Grand Con. There's always so many things happening.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe,
Evan's coming for the first time.
Maybe I'll when my kid's in high school, so it's a busy time always in the fall. But maybe I'll get him off to college, and then I'll be heading to every QSCon there is.
Perfect, love it. You'll always have a badge waiting for you.
Nice, thank you.
So yeah, tomorrow's library day. We'll move that over to the hotel with a whole bunch of all the boxes from all the supporters, all the companies that have sent me stuff for play to win and prizes, and it's amazing the amount of support that I've gotten. It's just the 6th year. Like, it's very humbled around this time when I have these people showing up for something that was put together, and the support that I get from the people in the industry that are friends of mine now. It's amazing. If you look at the guest list and the support that I've gotten is just tremendous. So it never feels like I'm the only one putting it on. This community has grown in such a way that everybody supports everybody. It's an amazing group of people because we meet every Tuesday. We have the prototype stuff on Sundays and Wednesdays now. The events that we run throughout the year, the fundraiser in November, the tabletop day in August, this community it shows up to everything that I put together. And if I asked anybody to do anything, they'd be more than happy to help out. So it never really it's daunting because I want it to be perfect. And, it's always self-reflection on what I can do better every year and what I could do better, like from day to day while I'm there. But it never really feels it's not work because I enjoy it. But I also have the support of all these people all year. Like, how can I help? What can I do? It's amazing.
That's Evan Halbert right there.
I used to host a lot of, game events, and I feel like as the host of something, you are just putting yourself completely out there, exhausting yourself so that everyone else has this amazing time. You look at it later, you're exhausted, and you're just like, hopefully I spread that joy out to everyone. Even if you yourself, it's like a blur, probably.
Yep.
It is. And Evan, there was nothing in there that was forced, buddy. So a great example, year one, 2019, and there was a panel going on the same year that Ian gave me the signed instruction book for Batman by Kevin Conroy. That year, they're up on a panel doing something, and I forgot something down at registration, and it was from the check-in counter at the hotel all the way through the atrium. At the back end was the entrance to the con, so it was the length of the thing, and I had to go down and get something from my registration booth. And I'm walking back up through the atrium where everyone's sitting around their tables and they're all doing stuff. And I remember, like, I was frantic because I had forgotten something, but I remember multiple times in the amount of space I heard cheering and laughter and uproars, and it was like one of those emotional moments, like happy moments that were like I put this together, right?
Yeah.
Like, these people are here and they're brought together and they're doing these things because of something that I did, and that's always been my driving force, right? Like, that's why I want it to be perfect every year, but they're spending their weekend at something that my name is on. Like, I am responsible for what's going on, and I want it to be as perfect as possible. And there's always, just like with a Kickstarter or a crowdfunder, there's always something that's going to happen. There's always something that oops, I forgot, or that wasn't supposed to go that way. There's always something, and
Right.
you take it with a little bit of grain of salt when you're putting all of this stuff together. But that's always been the thing that's gotten me to make it to make it better every year, to do something different, to make sure that the I's and the T's, like, all that stuff is done, because of that first year moment where I heard, I think it was day one, where I heard all of the laughter and the good times that were being had by people that were there because of something that I put together.
That's
I love
awesome.
it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's exhausting, but I don't like Monday's show. Like, it's just like coming back from Gen Con, right? Like, you're on your feet all day, you're doing your thing, you're doing your demos, and then our Monday show, we're both exhausted, but we're still doing it. It's always invigorating to be out there, to be doing the thing. Like, I never feel, in the moment, I never feel exhausted. And Monday during the day, I'll move the library out from the hotel. I'll spend the day on the couch with the kids and relaxing, and then we'll do the show at 9:00, and I'll be fine.
Hmm.
But yeah, I love it. I love it.
Well, next week we expect a detailed report full of you got to spend all your time making this report. I want hard work, lots of effort.
I'll show you. You want to see something fun real quick?
I'm sure you won't be tired. You got whoa.
So there's this group out of Rochester called the Adventure Nexus. And the convention that I put together in March, the invite one that I do in March, they tested it with that con on a smaller scale, because that's invite only. It's 120 people. It wasn't big. So they came up with this idea. They've been using it in game stores for mostly like D&D, and I keep looking at this camera. I forget it's this camera. D&D and Magic gatherings, not get-togethers at local shops to find games that are being put on. And then we had a conversation with the convention. Could we use it with the convention? So this thing, the Adventure Nexus, when you sign up for it, it's free to get onto. You got to give your phone number so you can get push notifications when your events are launching. But we use it for the con, where you can post up games. So all the ones in orange are official con events. Those are ones that I put together that the con is hosting. And then if Peter or Chris were attendees, they could just come in and put a game that they want to play at a certain time. And then you as a user can click in. So like, we're hosting the Road to Gen Con from Bicycle and Doomlings. We're also doing the New York State Championships. So let's say you wanted to do, that's that one. What if you wanted to do, where's the New York State? We're doing paint and takes for fundraisers. It's crazy. Andrew Styles is coming, and he's got his game up there to teach people. Where's the New York State Championship? Why is it not there? All right, well, I'll just show you this one instead. So if you wanted to join the Doomlings Road to Gen Con, you would click in. It'll give you all the information that you need, when it is, where it is, a little information about it. And then I'm the host, so I have a little bit of different like options. But from right here, you can be like, sign me up. You click a button, and then you become an attendee, and I can look at the attendees that are in that list. It's crazy. It's super useful.
Nice.
Yeah. So like, people that are signed up for Blood on the Clock. If I'm running this, I can see who's there. These are all the people that are signed up for it. You get a push notification, I think 30 minutes. I don't know where we landed, 30 or 15. I think 30 minutes before the event. So if you're in a game and it's running long and it slips your mind, you'll get a push notification. Oh shit, I gotta hurry up because I gotta be to the thing. It's got tremendous usability. It's really fun.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think I'm a little bit behind the times on games using apps because it used to be that you didn't have that much app support. And so
Right.
now I was at 2 games over the summer with Chris, actually, KublaCon and RageCon, where there was a really good app, and yet I wasn't using it because I wasn't ready for that to be the way to find events.
Right.
Did RageCon have an app?
I think it did. And that's exactly right.
I mean, to be fair, we were running our own little thing, so it's it's not like we were just normal attendees that could enjoy that. But yeah,
but I think that is definitely the way to go, where you've got that really interactive. I can see what I can get into, especially the notification that it's going to happen. That's great.
Yep. And it's a web app too, so you don't have to download an app. You can do a shortcut on your phone to treat it as if it's an app. Like it'll have a little icon that you can, click and get into. But it's a web app, so you don't need any of that real app stuff. And then the guys from Adventure Nexus are going to be there with a TV, and it's going to look like an airport, like a departure screen. And so you don't have to do it. That's in card form, so you can see the card. You can put in your own image. But they're going to do it in list form. So you'll literally, like, it'll be from Thursday to Sunday in order of all the things that are triggering. And you can just look at what's open, how many seats are open, where it's going to be. It's super. I mean, it's still in the beta. There's still some bugs and stuff that they're working out. And basically, we went through it at the con in the one in March. And then we're doing it again at a bigger scale for this one, in hopes of like getting through the bugs, figuring out what's good. We had a town hall a couple weeks ago with the QSCon community where I had Ian on, and we were going about it. We were showing them how to use it. We were taking questions. They have a Discord channel, so if anyone has a question or an oops or something, they can go right on the Discord and ask a question, and they're there to help out. Like it's super user friendly and really, it's nice to have everything in one spot.
that's cool.
Yeah.
I guess that's a little announcement.
Yeah, little announcement. And I've got no announcements. I'm not running a con or a Kickstarter at the moment, so got nothing.
You're developing some cool games though,
Right.
I am. Those will turn into announcements eventually.
Fine.
But do you have a Luca painting for us to take a chance? Take a
Sure
gander
do.
at?
I have a special one for this evening.
Oh,
Yeah.
Space themed.
I can't tell you anything about it because that would give anything away.
Sure,
Right?
right. Yeah. Let's identify the space game it's closest to.
I can't give you any hints. So Luca is. I was working as when I did. Yeah, that's true. Luca is turning 4 on November 2nd. He started school pre-K just a couple weeks ago. He's doing phenomenal. So for the past few years, he's been watercolor painting on 4x4 canvas. And on Mondays, we take a look at one of them and try and see what everybody sees in it. So this is today's. It was done today. I don't give anything away. It was done today.
Mm-hmm.
And this is today's Luca painting.
Ooh.
Okay.
That looks like a abstract kind of painting you'd see on a wall and like a bunch of people standing there and discussing.
Yeah.
It looks it almost looks like Chinese writing.
Yeah.
That's true.
Let's see. Evan sees a chibi doll head. I could see that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
You got in my head saying that it's a special one. I'm trying to what is it, that kind of thing. But if I get out of that, I could see Stonehenge.
Interesting.
Let's see. What do you already know what it is, right, Mike?
I do.
Blue guy in a pond.
Okay.
There you go.
Turkeys
Good, right?
dancing on a Stonehenge. See, it's Stonehenge.
Oh, those are the turkeys? Wait.
Those are turkeys? Yeah.
At first, you know what I saw? I saw like a D&D, like, you know, ooze, but like with a face. Like I saw the.
Yep.
Then I just kept seeing the face, and I felt like it was a French waiter.
Oh, it's a little.
You know. Yeah.
I do like that, the ooze, because that could be like the skeleton or the warrior that it gobbled up, right? Yeah.
What's a squishmallow?
It's a stuffed animal.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
By the way, I have this comment to say about 4 years old children. That is the best age, just the best, in my opinion.
He has his moments, that's for sure.
I'm only doing it one time, that experiment. I felt like 4 was just the curiosity and the exploration and the funny comments. It's just the funniest, best
I agree.
experience. Yeah.
I agree. He's definitely, he's still testing the borders and testing his lines and where he can do stuff, and it's fun. It's definitely fun.
I like the very dubious about the whole situation.
A chaos man that's flying in a bubble. Chaos man. I like the name of that. I want to make a character called Chaos Man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there's one of those in your Massive Men comic book.
That's the bad guy. That should be the bad guy.
Chaos Man.
All right. Well, what do we got?
You guys are totally wrong. So, I told him that tonight's episode was about space.
Okay.
And this was clearly, originally, this was an elephant in space.
Oh.
But then when I was like, all right, could you tell me again? He said elephant in space. So I said, could you tell me again what this is? And he said, it's an elephant on the moon.
Sorry.
Huh.
And I was like, well, you said it was an elephant in space. He goes, no, it's on the moon. I was like, okay, it's on the moon. So it's an elephant on the moon.
All right.
And then he made sure he wanted to put that little dot in there. I don't know if that's a star or I don't know what that is. But he's like, give me the brush back. I want to do a thing. And then he put a dot and he's like, okay, I'm done.
That's the Earth from very far away.
Sure.
Yeah, right.
That's what I was thinking. So yeah, I like the turkeys dancing on Stonehenge though. Now I see turkeys in that thing, but we're all wrong. It's an elephant on the moon.
I mean, technically, like Eric's pointing out, the moon is in space, but so is the Earth, which means every board game is in space.
I know. I was actually going to list Earth, the board game, because it's
that's funny,
right?
Well, when we get into this, I have a question.
Of course you do.
I was thinking about a top 5 of spatial relationship games.
Oh, no.
Not do that. I did not do that.
There's arguing now.
Until there's an elephant on the moon, no, it doesn't look anything like that. I agree, Maddie. I do.
You need the right lens to see this.
Well, you see, you have to think about what would happen to an elephant if it was on the moon. It would freeze up and then break apart when it hits the moon, and those are the pieces that you. Yeah.
I mean, Maddie, don't listen to Chris. Chris doesn't know what he's talking about.
But we haven't taught them the physics of a void yet, right?
Right.
Space is harsh.
Space is harsh.
Okay, so before I ruin any other dreams, why don't we... do we want to do our list or jump into the game?
I am not the host of this show.
I don't remember what we did last time. I think we did the game first. I think we did the 2 shows ago. We did the list and the game. Then last show we did the game and the list. I don't think it matters. Hey, Brandon. See you in a couple days.
Well,
buddy.
since we're already talking about the list, why don't we jump into the list?
Let's do the list.
All right. So our list is top 5 games in space. Let's talk about how we all got around that. No.
Let's talk. Let's talk because I have a question.
Okay, what's your question?
Is it in space? So one.
I'm gonna say no.
Is it? Well, so your example of Earth, the board game, I would say yes, everything is in space, fine, but Earth is technically like it's on a planet, not in space, right? And there are plenty of games that happen on a planet. But not in space. So and there's games that I would love to talk about, but technically they're not in space. They're on a planet. So I'm curious what you guys did for your list.
Oh, but they're on a planet that's not Earth.
Correct. Just a planet. They're on a planet. Like if it's on a spaceship and the spaceship is in space, then it's happening in space. But for me, if it was on a planet, then it wasn't in space. It was on ground, right? It was on some sort of ground, not space.
Yeah.
So if it was a Masters of the Universe game, which happens on another planet, then it would not be space.
Correct. It's not a game that happens in space.
Interesting.
I struggled with this one a little bit because, for example, if there was, say, a game that was on a red planet, and hey, how's it going? And I feel like it's very space oriented, especially if you're warming up that planet. But I sort of had the same thing as you, where I was like, that feels very much just about that planet. I know that is space, but I decided that for me was going to be, I was going to try and think of other ones that I felt like. I said to Chris a little bit before the show, I feel like if I have to, there has to be space movement or a spaceship, or I'm not getting the space vibe. So I tried to think, all right, I gotta
kind of space travel or existence in space, right?
Yeah, the movement.
I think most of mine fit that.
But that actually does narrow it down a little bit, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Mine that are labeled planet, I'll go over after. But I'm pretty solid, I think. Also, I think I have Chris's 5.
Oh,
yeah. I have written, without giving too much away, I have written down in this little column over here, Chris, 5 games that I think, because Chris has talked about them numerous times on other shows. So I think I got them. You
might have one. Oh, you definitely have one. But I don't know if you have the others.
I would almost bet 3. We'll see.
This is the first time I've had to leave 3 games out of my list due to having something to do with it.
Yeah.
Now we do that, Peter. You don't have to do that.
Yeah.
I am not going to put Andromeda's Edge on this list.
I will say this though: Andromeda's Edge would be my number 1 by a landslide.
Oh, that's nice.
And not to do it nice, and not just because I worked on it and friends and all that stuff, but it is in my top 10. So, but leaving it off just for that purpose.
I will say it's nice that it doesn't just have planets; it has nebulas to go in, and there are
definitely space.
It definitely is space.
Yeah.
That's definitely a space game. And then Brad pointed out that we did make a Mission Catastrophe, which is in space, and you're on a ship, and it is breaking apart, and there are escape pods, and there is space. So Cardboard Alchemy has made 2 out of our 5 games would qualify in this category, but we're not going to list.
Absolutely.
And of course, my Asking for Troubles is in space, so that's left off. I also left off my brother's game, which I very rarely ever talk about, but he made a game back in 2000. I want to say 10. It was before Kickstarter.
have
Smugglers of the Galaxy. You have it? Why do you
it.
have it?
I have it. It's right
How?
here.
6,000 games, Chris.
Yeah, but he only made like 2,000 of these.
I have one of them.
All right, you
Wow.
would.
It's a long
It's a
boss.
good
It's
game,
a long
but-
boss. Yeah.
But it's also a space game and stuff like that. So leave that off.
I left off Andromeda's Edge for reasons. I love that game. Troubles would be my number one for reasons that we've talked about ad nauseum on the show.
That's
Like that game it put out Waterdeep for me. It introduced me to Chris. It's the reason that we're on this show right now. Like that game by far would be my number one, but we leave it off. I left off Mission Control because of 3WS and the upcoming and Eric's game that he was talking about, Relative Space, which is also takes place in space. I left those off the list.
Now, I didn't work on Mission Control, but
Feel free.
but yeah. So now that we've said all the real games that are awesome in space, we'll go with the secondary list.
Also, and I also did mention this
18.
for the show, I have a complete list of 5, which I can do at the end, of games that I think would be on the list for a lot of people, but I have not played. So I also cannot put them on my list, even though I think they legit could be on people's lists.
Yeah,
Maybe some of our maybe
you-
some of ours will be on that list.
Yeah, you might mention them.
Cool. All right.
All
Well, who's you know what? We could have Peter go first because we're always arguing about who goes first.
God.
I agree.
All right, we'll start with our number 5.
Wow, that was fun.
Very
Number
professional,
5,
Peter. Very professional.
I'm gonna go back in time to it's a couple of years old, this game. But it certainly captures for me the feeling of being in space and having everything go absolutely wrong in space. This is Galaxy Trucker, where you decide that you're going to space, you build the ship and you put crew on it, and then you see it burn apart as you play the game in a horrible, horrible way. And then you see what kind of a ship you have left, which makes me feel like all those space movies where parts just break off and don't work and stuff. And you see if you can even get to your final destination. I think this game was a lot of fun. It's got a simultaneous element. It really captures this vibe of travel in the unknown. It's got all sorts of little fun bits to it with the aliens that you can, the different types of crew you have, the different risks you're taking, the different gameplay styles you could take. I haven't played it in a long time, so it did make me start to wonder, like, what games. Like, I have games on my list where I tried to put games where I feel like the gameplay won over. And so this one, I have a lot of fun nostalgic memories of the gameplay, even though I don't play it as much anymore.
I love this game. Yeah. I tried the mobile app and it's just not as fun because the tactile moving the tiles and putting the ship together is much better.
Yeah.
But yeah. Great pick.
There's I do think they make a good app, but you're right. There's something about doing this with a group of people that was a lot of fun. And I met the designer at one con, Vlada Chavatal, and it was very interesting because I said, "What do you like? Are you going to make an expansion?" This is before he made an expansion, and he was like, "No, I make a game and I don't want to look at it. I'm tired of it. If it comes back into my head at some point and I am intrigued by it again, I will make an expansion. But otherwise, I don't want to do that." I think that was very funny that he said that, because I wonder if that's how Codenames went, because I feel like that's not how Codenames went. I feel like their company decided, nope, we have to keep making expansions.
Well, and then he came out with the second edition.
Right. So Galaxy Trucker has gotten expansions and has gotten other editions, which means that the designer felt like, yes, this is deserving, because it kept going. So
Yeah.
But at the time, he told me, I don't know if I ever want to look at it again, which I feel like is a fair thing to feel like after you make a game. You know?
It's fair.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to do that sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You make it,
Break.
put it away, and then you see if it wants to come back. That's my number
All right.
5.
Mike, what's your number 5?
I'm going to come out of the gate with one from 2020 that I think is criminally underrated from a company that I probably have talked about this numerous times too. It's a Scott Alms game. It's not one of the tiny epics. It's Cosmic Colonies.
Cosmic Colonies.
Cosmic Colonies.
From Floodgate.
Don't know that game.
I know. I don't either.
This game is unbelievably underrated. So you are basically trying to terraform an asteroid. And if you go through a couple of them on your turn, you're playing 2 cards. The cards are numbered from 1 to, depending on what your base game or advanced game. The numbers there in the upper left are your initiative, right? So you're going to put down 2 cards, and then turn 1 for everybody. You're going to flip it over, and then initiative gets to go first. You get to either buy or collect. That's your turn, unless the action on the bottom lets you do something else. When you buy, you're buying polyominoes that you're going to be putting on your asteroid, and your intent to cover up the different colors there. And based at the end of the game, based on how many of those different colors are still visible, you get points. So if you can cover up all the maroon or all the silver or all the brown, whatever they are, you get more points by covering them up. But you need the right polyominoes in order to cover them up, because you always got to build out. Wow, that was weird.
Yeah, weird audio feedback.
Yeah. You always have to build out from what's there. So you always have to share an edge and build out. And then when you're done, those 2 cards get passed and you get 2 new ones. So you're given 4 cards to choose from. So you might sit on the really strong card until later because you don't want anyone else to have it. Because if you put it out there, it might not come back to you. So the idea of passing your cards, like that, it's now a closed system based on how many people are playing, and those cards are going to just be cycled through, and those are the people that are going to be building the stuff on your asteroid. And then there's an advanced level where you predict your day and night, and the cards have a day action and a night action. So in the beginning game, the card just has an action. You do what it says. You do your initiative. You take your polyominoes and go. The advanced one, there's a day and a night, and you slot them into day or night, and that's the action they do. So you have to plan much better for that one. You're limited in how many resources you can carry. You're limited in how many resources you can gather. And then that one back, if you go back 1, that's a secret objective. You get an extra 2 points for the top and an extra point for the ones on the bottom that you collect. And then if you look at one of the cards, the people cards, there's a number in the diamond in the middle left of the card. That's how many resources they can carry. So if you play that number 9 card, you're probably going to go early in the round. They can carry, if you decide to gather resources, you can carry 4. But you can only carry 4 from one specific type, and there's 4 types in the game, so you can't just pick and choose what you want. And that card right there is showing you your day action, night action. Your day is on top, your night's on the bottom. This game is, I love Scott Alms as a designer. I think his games, most of them are just top notch. They're fun. They pack a great punch, and this game just is criminally underrated. I would play this game still constantly anytime anybody wanted to. This game is fantastic.
Nice.
No, like Di, because that's what Di does. Di just took whatever the hell she wanted. Whenever play a thing, take whatever. Nope, you got to take from one resource. And then the resource, if you go back, you saw the polyominoes on that one board. They all have a cost. And then depending on how many players you're playing, there's a limit on how many can be in the supply every round. So it's not just an open supply. And then your polyominoes, there's either 1 or 2, depending on your number of players. And they're different. So the first person to go will usually get not only what they want, but get it cheaper if you're playing with more players. I think it plays up to 5 as well. Phenomenal game. Absolutely phenomenal game.
Oh,
That's fun.
Yeah.
It's great.
Very cool.
Yep.
All right.
There you go.
My number 5 going to go ahead and get it out of here so that
Here we
I
go.
know that Mike won't step on it. And it's Dark Moon, which is in space, but also on a moon station. This is the questionable one I have, right?
So this would have absolutely been on my list, but I wrote next to it because I wrote next to a couple of them the word planet because I feel like it's being done in one location on a planet.
It's on a space station,
Sure.
but on a moon, which is in space that we specified is true.
Correct.
I think part of it is, though, a lot of things that could go wrong is, the fact that you're in space. So that's space is part of the theme.
Right. It does.
I mean, the infection is part of the theme.
Well, no, but the person who's infected might destroy your life support system, which you wouldn't need if it was out in the middle of a field somewhere, right?
Sure.
So, or radiation shields and stuff like that. That's stuff that you need for space. So I can make an argument.
No, I'm with you. I get it.
Yeah, but you've already got Dave. Isn't everything in space?
Yeah. Everything's a salad. Yeah. Yeah. So I know we talk about this game quite a bit. I should probably make it a legacy one at this point, but this is probably one of my favorite. What's the word? Is it starts with a D? Where you try to figure out who someone is. Social deduction. Yeah. It's one of my favorite ones, and mostly because the mechanisms are really smooth and easy. You just tell people, you're going to put out a die or not put out a die, that kind of thing. It's very simple. You fix stuff, you don't fix stuff. Someone didn't put out a die, but maybe it's just because they rolled bad dice because you rolled dice behind a shield. You don't have to be a good liar. That's one of the better things, right?
The game is stacked against you. The dice are stacked. Yeah. They're purposefully stacked against you. So everyone feels like they're lying immediately because the dice they never roll in your favor.
Yeah, and that's one of the things, like social deduction, people that don't like to play that, just like, I don't feel like I can pull it off. Everybody knows I'm lying right away. But you don't even have to lie. You can just, when you roll, if you roll a good die behind your shield and you have a couple of bad dice, just put out the bad die and go, is all you need to do. And everybody's like, yeah, I guess you rolled bad stuff. So, but yeah, I love this game. I'll play it pretty much anytime. We had a great game with some of the people in our chat last time I played it. But yeah, those are all the bad dice. Look how much bad stuff are on those dice. All those negatives.
Even the good dice are bad. They're like less bad.
Yeah, that blue one is like your leader one, and there's at least 2 bad ones on there. So
nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
This game's fantastic. Evan
Special
did such a great
player
job.
powers. Yeah.
It plays like a lot of people too, doesn't it?
You can play up to 7, I think.
Wow.
I guess I have the means to look that up.
If only there was a website that told you how many people.
It's 7. It's right there. I'm on top of it.
There's also an expansion for this, which I've never included. I've never played with it. I have it. It's in the library. I've never played it. I never felt the need to add to it because the game shines so well just as a base game.
I don't think I had the expansion. I need to get that. Very cool.
Even that cover is awesome. The fear in the facial expression, the reflection on the dome, like it's just so good.
All right. So we're going to move on to our number 4. I am curious, out of Dark Moon, Galaxy Trucker, and what was your colonies? What was it?
Cosmic Colonies.
Cosmic Colonies. What would everybody want to play out of those 3?
Oh, that's not it. I would change. I wouldn't even pick mine. I'd pick Dark Moon.
I have actually only played the one I picked, so I would want to play both of the ones you picked.
Oh, we need to play Dark Moon. I'll bring it next time I come to LA.
Seriously, yeah.
That'll be good. Yeah. You'll like it.
Great game.
Awesome. Well, let's move on to number 4.
I love these numbers intros.
All right, Peter.
All right, so I'm gonna mention a game that is that feels, as far as I can tell, the most like because I'm thinking about like I don't know if Twilight Imperium is gonna be on anyone's list or not, but this game made me feel so in space and so part of well, because it's very tied to a show. So it felt like, okay, I feel completely in an episode, or I feel completely part of this IP. And I also feel completely in space. And a show that does that really well is Star Trek. And so when I played Star Trek Ascendancy for the first time, oh wow, did I feel immersed in a space game. I feel like because there's exploration of planets and there's negotiation and there's the whole this is why I feel like to some degree this would be similar to Twilight Imperium. It takes about as long, and you're doing all the things as far as I'm concerned where you're trying to get your faction to
BGG crashed.
now I don't know if it exists.
Someone call Scott.
Weird. Part of the reason why I really like Star Trek Ascendancy as well is that you're playing a very asymmetrical faction in the sense that like the person who's playing the Federation has completely different tactics than the person who's playing the Klingons or the person who's playing the God, I think there's even factions that you can play that are advanced that are inside that are not in the base box.
I think the base comes with Romulans, Vulcans, Federation, and Klingon.
Something like that. Although I thought Vulcan was
maybe they're an expansion
one, because Vulcan is like you have a completely different win condition.
Yeah,
and you have to if you play totally differently than that, and yet all that time you're feeling the spatial aspect of the board because you're laying out planets that are connected. I think in the beginning of the game, it's not even connected. Like you're not connected to other people yet, and you have to go connect to them to be able to talk to them. So it's an experience, that game. I've only played it one time. So I was actually eliminating some other games where I've only played one time because I didn't return back to them. But this one I think is only I haven't returned back to it due to circumstance of how long it is and how hard it is to get a group to do that. It was pretty immersive and I really liked it. I just felt like this is a good space game.
Yeah, it's hard for me to know what the base is. My brother has it, and it's definitely on my list, but he has a bunch of the expansions, so I don't know what came in the base. Yeah,
you can get the Borg now.
There's
a portion of the game where the Borg is trying to assimilate all of you, and it's like an almost no-win situation for the players.
Yeah. I know you could play. Yeah, you could play with all the different, like Ferengi, as Evan mentioned, Cardassian. There's some weird ones in there too, like Orions, I think.
Yeah. We had a faction that was in. Someone was playing a faction that I don't know that much Star Trek, so I was like, well, what are they like? And everyone had to go like, you'll be fine, you'll figure it out.
Funny, I know Star Trek so well that when you just say, "Oh, I'm playing Cardassians," I'm like, okay, I can't trust you now because I know exactly what that is going to be built like. I know exactly. I'm not trusting you at all.
Well, no one should trust the Kardashians.
Not Kardashian. Cardassian.
It was really immersive, that game. Felt like definitely I think I pulled out a win, but I was playing the Federation, so I had the easiest time to kind of understand because the show is built around. So I was like, oh, okay, I know this one. But we were all like dealing with the Ferengi so long that they were kind of getting entrenched. And then at one point I realized I have to not talk to them. I have to basically stop dealing with them or they're going to take this thing. So then we all out declared war. It was pretty fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Good game.
Yeah, it's a good game.
Another good call. BGG did not like Star Trek Ascendancy.
Okay,
Let's see if they like your pick, Mike. What's your number 4?
Twilight Imperium. I'll piggyback off that and talk about Twilight Imperium. That way we don't have to wait. Similar to Peter's experience, I've only played it once. and the only reason I haven't gone back to it was because of the game length. But this continues to be, if not one of my favorite, definitely top 5 board game experiences in my time in the hobby. All of us played for the first time together. It was an epic 11 and a half hour day. We all watched a video prior to the day. We all watched a 20-minute video the morning of. We set up, and the game is on your turn. It's like most games. There's not much you're doing. On your turn, you're limited to an action. You get to do a thing, and you do that thing. And the game ends when you get 10 points. That's it. But everything that happens in between, all the decisions that everyone's making at the table with their fleet, where they're moving, what they're doing, it was such an epic experience that I don't know. I guess part of me is nervous if we played it again, it wouldn't have the same kind of pizzazz that the first one had. But it was one of my most favorite board game experiences, period. And I think this game, I haven't played the new version that kind of folded in a couple of the expansions that it has. I have the 3rd edition with the 2 expansions. And we played with some of the expansion stuff. I couldn't tell you what it was, but it was such an amazing experience. And it really is not, it seems like it's like, oh my God, 11 hours. They took a break for lunch. Like it was a half an hour, 40-minute break in that whole time period. And not once did it feel like holy shit, we're on hour 9 when we're only at 7 point. At no point in that 11 hours did it feel like, oh my God, the sunset. Like we never came away from what was going on in the races, in the narrative, in the cards that were coming up and the cards that were being used. And it was just such an overall amazing experience. It's phenomenal. I haven't played Ascendancy yet, the Star Trek one. I don't know if I would have the same affinity because I'm not as much of a Star Trek fan, but this game was just stellar from front to back for me.
I definitely had that experience with Twilight Imperium. I didn't want to put both of them on the list, but I had there's an interesting thing that someone did for me, which is that they hosted a Twilight Imperium game and they required that everyone play on teams where one member of the team has played Twilight Imperium a lot and the other member of the team was a complete rookie. So I was on someone's team who like knew that game so well, and I got to be like just kind of learning it and not having to pick it all up at once. It was really good that way.
Interesting.
They made a requirement that one person from the team had to be at the table at all times. So if there was a lunch break or a bathroom break or whatever, or there's negotiation off on the side, whatever, someone had to be at the table from your team at all times so that the game would go smooth. It was an interesting way to do it as well.
Yeah.
It was great. I love that game. That game was very immersive. I think it deserves being like probably on someone's top space games of all, right?
Well, if mine were in order.
Yeah, right. You don't have to order them. You know, that's not how this show works.
It's how the show works. It's how half the show works, at least. Mine are in order.
Mine are not in order. And I think this weekend, this gentleman right here will be playing Twilight Imperium at some point. The past couple years, they put on a Twilight Imperium game at QSCon. I don't know if it will. You can talk. I don't know if it was at full capacity, but it was damn close. And I think the first year they did it, they actually called it and picked it up the next day. Because it was an epic game. It was one of those games they played that were like, it had the storyline, it had the backstabbery, it had all the good stuff that you want to come out of that game, and it was just, they were like just amazed at what was going on. It's a solid game. It really is, and it really isn't complicated. It's not. There's strategy involved, right, in how you're doing it, but on your turn, it's pretty simple. Like what you're doing on your turn, you don't want to fuck up. Like you want to make sure that you're doing the right stuff based on your strategy, based on your faction, based on your cards and stuff. But on your turn, you're doing a thing, and that's it. You move along. It's phenomenal.
I had this fun experience with the person that was the pro. So we were playing a faction that I can't remember the faction now, but it's like we were doing sort of negotiation. We had a lot of trading to do with other people. And he was striking these deals and backstabbing and being real cruel and mean about it. And then I was like, he didn't mean that. Like let's patch this up. I was trying. It was like good cop, bad cop. It was really fun.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun with that game.
That's
funny.
hysterical. I talked about it when I talked about this last time. My the two people, the reason why, like the whole game, these two people sitting right next to each other from the beginning, from the opening move, were like, I won't fuck with you, you don't fuck with me. And they kept that going for the entire 11 hours and 20 minutes until it came to Ted's turn, and Ted had to do the thing to backstab Fumi to win, because if he didn't, Fumi was going to win. And I remember him just kind of turning and looking at Fumi, and he's like, you're not. And he's like, I have to. And there was that back and forth of like, he was totally like, we all felt the betrayal on Fumi's part as Ted did the action and I showed the card last time, just stabbed him. It was awful and awesome at the same. We all felt bad for him, but it had to happen.
Yeah,
You have to do it.
You had to do it.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's so good.
This is one of those missing ones for me. I've never played it, and I can tell it's one of the ones I would love. So I need to play it. It's also very similar looking to someone mentioned. I think Dave mentioned Eclipse: New Dawn for the Galaxy.
It doesn't look like that, does it?
Has anybody played both? And if so, how similar is it? Because I played Eclipse, but I haven't played this, so I can't say that one. Yeah, but if you look at Eclipse, I mean, it's very kind of similar,
Yeah.
So, and that's a great game too. But yeah,
These are the looks of space games.
yeah, right.
Blues and purples. Yeah.
Yep.
Speaking, this is a total aside, but speaking of games with new in the title, I was going through the QSCon library yesterday so I can post a list so people can look through it and I know what I'm bringing. I have Civilization: A New Dawn.
Oh, there you go.
I didn't know I had it, and you've talked about it numerous times. I had no idea.
You should play it. It's a great game.
I'm gonna play with
Not
you
in space
April.
though. It's
No,
not in space.
we're gonna play it in April.
They should make a space version.
You should make a space version. After you redo Evil Intent. After you redo Evil Intent, then you can make a space version of Civilization.
You keep asking.
Just saying.
All right, so
that's my number 4, Twilight Imperium. I'm sticking with
that's a good number 4. To be honest, my number 4 was taken from me. It was Galaxy Trucker.
Oh,
so I can sneak a 6 in. Just talk about my number 6. I could do that.
There we go.
It's sneaky, right?
Yeah.
And I do want to put it in there because I am, after all, wearing the shirt that goes with it.
Say it.
Ooh, here we go.
So
Say
Star Wars Outer Rim.
Yeah.
I got one.
Yeah. So Star Wars Outer Rim is the best sandbox game I've ever played. Now, that doesn't mean that it doesn't suffer from sandbox game mechanisms. All sandbox games, from my point of view, and by sandbox games, I mean you can pretty much just do anything every turn. There's nothing that kind of you can just go, I'm going to go over here and see what's there, or I'm going to go over here. I'm going to travel across the galaxy and try this thing out. Like, you just kind of do whatever you want to do, right? But Outer Rim lets you be a character in Star Wars, and if you want to be a bounty hunter, you can be a bounty hunter. If you want to be a smuggler, you can try to smuggle stuff. You want to work for the rebels, you could do that. You want to work for the Empire, you could do that. It feels like you're in Star Wars. I love the idea. I also love that in this picture they used Harrison Ford's face, but the jacket of the guy from Solo. So it's like how he was before Episode 4, like that was his jacket he had just before, kind of thing. But it's a very simple game with all of those options. It's a very simple game, easy to get into, but it has the same thing the sandbox suffers from, where you can end up kind of just not doing anything because you're not risking enough. You have to risk a lot to get stuff done. And if you can, then awesome, and you succeed, and you move forward. But I find that all sandbox games have this weird zone of nothing happening in them. This one has a very small zone, which is why it's one of my it's my favorite sandbox game. But it does exist. You can have a game where you're just not moving very far and other people are. But it's in Star Wars. How do you can literally be Boba Fett hunting, Greedo or something, or someone else, and it's just too fun. You're in Star Wars.
Mm-hmm. I this one was going to be on my list because I think the experience is so great. I didn't put it on because I only played it once, and I was kind of worried that why didn't I ever go back to it? I actually constantly wonder why I don't play this game, because I did the Kessel run, and I had so much fun in that game.
Yeah,
I was like, this is so good for just letting you do whatever you want in space. It has that vibe. It does feel like a space game. Really captures it.
Yeah. We played this a little bit on TTS, Mike. Did you ever play it on the table?
Yeah, I played it.
Oh, okay.
I liked it. I like it. I think it's really good. There were some things that just kind of especially what you just said about you got to risk it. You can stay complacent and not really do anything. And it feels lucky at that point, because if you go to risk and then you get this nice hit and you're like, well, I don't want to risk it. I'm just going to do this thing. And all of a sudden it feels like that runaway leader situation where even if you risk it, you're not going to be able to catch up because they just hit it right a couple times. But it's part of the game. You have to do it. Yeah,
there's this weird thing about sandbox games where it's basically, Talisman is famous for this, which is also a sandbox game where you could just run around and do whatever you want. But unless you just go for dying in front of a dragon every turn, you're not going to advance. You're just walking around picking up bags of gold. You're doing nothing. So this one, like I said, has a smaller window of that, but you could still fall into it. So, yeah.
Agreed.
Yep, that's my number 4, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah.
Good pick. I picked that was one on your list. That was the first one I wrote down.
Yeah, I knew you'd be able to track that one.
Mm-hmm. That was.
All right.
So way to bring in number 3.
Sad number 3.
Sad number 3.
All right. So number 3, Peter.
Well, sadly, for number 3, this is where I'm going to bring in a little bit of a woulda, coulda, shoulda on these lists, because I really would have brought in something else. Let me just put it this way. I wanted to make sure it felt like every game was going to space. So, for example, I might have said Race for the Galaxy or something, but I'm just not putting that on the list because it doesn't feel like. I want to make sure it feels like you're going to space, right? So this is a little bit of a new pick, which makes me, I'm not sure if it's cemented in my top space games, but it's really topical, really current for me, and you do go to space. So I'm going to say Galactic Cruise for my third. Because you
stole one from Chris.
Yeah, you notice how fast it came up?
Yeah, I did notice that. Sorry to steal it from you.
It was also on my list of games that Chris is going to pick. So that's 2 I got.
This game is so good. There is... I find it kind of amusing that part of it is going to space. The other part of it is hiring a advertisement agency and getting the rocket fuel and getting the stuff and stuff. But you are then taking everybody out into space. You're launching, and then you go on this trip where there's fun things that you can. I like how you're building your own rockets. You could put a go-kart in there. You could put a spa in there. You could do whatever you want for the rocket. But then you're having the fun of building the whole thing, and then you're taking it out and traveling through space, trying to do it efficient. It's a very Euro game, so it's capitalizing more on the travel in an efficient puzzle build, you're basically trying to do this as most efficiently as you possibly can to beat everyone else out. I think most games I've ever played have come really close in terms of the fight for points. So it doesn't feel as out there as some of these other ones. But it is space travel, and it nails it. It nails the vibe of going to space.
There's something really cool about this game where most of the time I don't like games that say you have to do step A, then B, then C, then D, then E to finally do the thing you want. But there's something about this game that makes it fun. And I don't understand what it is. I don't know why I love this game, and I don't like the other games that do that to me. Maybe it's just because it still feels rewarding every time you do something. Like they do a good job of making you feel like you got something done every turn. But yeah, it's a great game.
I need to get more plays in because I got to play with the designers and the developers, the publishers. And I had an amazing game where they were all spinning circles around me, and I was trying to desperately figure out what I was doing. And then I played another game at RageCon where I was still learning because it had been so much longer. So I need to play more because I definitely really love the puzzle of this game. And as a little bit of a shout out, I really love the team that makes it. I think what they did on their Kickstarter is so smart. They made it so that there's no FOMO. They actually made it so the stretch goals on their very first campaign were just that shipping got lower for everyone. I mean, what a cool stretch goal that was. So I love the team that's making it, and I really have a lot of respect for them. So we partnered with them on Andromeda's Edge so that while they're live right now with their expansion campaign, if you back their campaign, you get an Andromeda's Edge tile. And if you back Andromeda's Edge, you get a Galactic Cruiser Heavy Cruise tile. So that you can actually run around with a cruise ship. Possibly if you get dealt that one, you get to actually have a cruise ship and put your leaders on it like they're going on a cruise in Andromeda's Edge. So I think that's fun.
Yeah, so you should play Andromeda's Edge, and then when someone goes, I'm launching my cruise ship, you pause that,
completely move
go to another go to another game. You have to get your ship launched, and then you come back, finish that game, then go back in.
Yeah, 100%. Someone should do that.
That's great.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Kinson Key, and they're solid members of the community. Like everything they do comes with that passion that that you can see that they really believe in the community and making something solid and standing behind it. They did game trays better than I've ever done game trays. I was actually typing letters to Noah, like, how come you saved all the good trays for Galactic Cruise? And they're out there, spreading the love of this game that they've put a lot of work into. It's really good.
Reminds me of another company.
Yeah, you love to see it. You love to see those companies that stand behind the product and really care about it.
Yep. That's great. You guys are working together like that too. That's awesome.
Yeah, the collaboration is a lot of fun. It's actually funny too because Luke had the idea. We knew we were going the same day. And I said, well, we're going to have a space race. And Luke is like, why don't we ask him about doing a promo? And I was like, that's a fantastic idea. I was really honored because they said, we really, that's not something we've done. But then they said, we will do it because we really like what you're doing at Cardboard Alchemy. So I felt like there was a cool thing there. It's pretty neat.
You said that the scores are really tight. 2 out of my 5 games I've won by 1 point.
Yeah.
It's really,
everyone is uncannily, like, as much as I thought I was doing terrible, everyone comes in real close in this game. So
yeah, it's good.
Crazy. Well balanced.
To make anybody who didn't feel bad. If you had one game where you were like 20.
No, I mean, it's possible, but like if you look at a game like Andromeda's Edge can have blowouts, and that's not bad. Mm-hmm. It's just a different kind of a thing. Because it's very interactive, and if you don't stop someone, they can have an amazing game.
Well, I think you can have that with asymmetry too, right?
Yeah.
There's not a lot of asymmetry except for expansion components and stuff, but
yeah.
Well, look at Tapestry too. Tapestry is one of those games where you can just get trounced, and you've aged out, and someone else is still in age 2, and they're just lapping you, and you can't do anything. And it's not every game; it's just some games go that way.
Yep. Yeah. So this one's a new one to me, but I think it's deserving of the test of time so far.
It is beautifully done. I mean, the manufacturing, the attention to detail of what's in the base game, the expansions, how they fit in, the spacing, the sides, like the thought that went into making sure this game it's great.
Yeah. And that cover would be on my, I mean, it's amazing job. The cover's gorgeous.
It's a good one.
Ian O'Toole, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fantastic.
All right, Mike, what you got for number 3?
All right, I'm going to go all the way back 15 years to 2010. And one of the first games I played getting into the hobby, Alien Frontiers.
Oh, I'm so glad this is on somebody's list.
Yeah, it was close on mine.
I struggled with this one because I was like, is it space? But I mean, it is space, but it's
Absolutely it's space. I mean, you're terraforming the one, which is getting you like the boons for being area majority on the planet, but your space stations get the junkyard, all the stuff around.
And you got little rockets, so it counts.
And you got your rockets. This game is it could be cutthroat and it could be a breeze, and anything in between. But having the restrictions on where you can go and what can be there is such a fun puzzle. The race to get to those different areas on the planet in order to get the benefit, the bonus, and then having to put it back when someone ties you and then they end up getting it. And it's just a race to get your pieces out there, your colonies out there. And it's really easy to get into, like the space, the dice as your workers going out into the restricted areas. Like these need to be equal. These need to be greater than in ascending order. These need to be 6s. These need to be pair. Whatever it is easy to explain to people. And then you get your little candies and you get your little ore, and then you just grow. Yeah, they look like little, not Pez, but they look like little Smarties. Whatever the orange is. It looks like dried up Tang. But they're great. I mean, even the little components that you put out on the planet have like the pieces have that little dome that went over it. Like, and this is 2010. I think it's still fun to play. It's still a heads up game. It's never a blowout. There's multiple ways to victory and getting your things out there. You can choke people out of places if you know they're going to go there. You know they're going to get their ship, so you put a high die in there because they don't have the higher die. They can't beat it. There's so many things you can do in this game, and I think it still holds up. I think it's super fun. I played it recently. I would play it this weekend if I have the chance. It's great.
Is it still in print or no?
I'm not sure. I don't know what happened to it after they started doing all those colony packs or the whatever those things were called, and I kind of lost it after that. They were adding too much stuff to it. I think this is the base game is brilliant.
Because I've never owned it, and I really want to, and I need to go chase it down.
I might have a couple copies.
He can spare them, Peter.
No, like there are certain games that I just love, and I always want a backup copy in case something happens to mine. But if I have a copy, usually games like this that I adore, I don't put into the library because I don't want them to get messed up. But I think this is one of those games that every now and then I'll see a copy for somewhat cheap, like $20, $30, and I'll pick it up used at a flea market or a sale at a convention. And I think I might have a couple copies of it. So let me check the library. I might have one.
What I love is that this is one of the first games I ever saw where you could roll bad and there was places for you to put those dice. If you got ones, you had a place. If you had 6s, you had a place.
Yeah.
Really well balanced for that.
Yep.
I could technically say this is the game that got me into the industry, because this was the game that I saw on Kickstarter and went, oh, you can make games through Kickstarter? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it made me go talk to Aaron, and we were like, hey, let's make a game and put it on Kickstarter. It looks so easy. Little do you know, but
super easy.
But that's the first thing I ever saw, and I was like, oh, okay. And 2010.
2010.
Yeah.
And they did a bunch. All those little I forget what they're Frontiers packs or whatever those extra packs were that you can throw in, and added a whole bunch of stuff to it, and it started getting a little bit crazy. But this as a base game, I think it's still solid. It's still fun to play. It still holds up.
Yeah. Frontier faction pack.
Yeah, those things. Too many.
Too many of those.
Too many things.
Too many notes.
Yep.
Yeah, I think this is a updated. They had another Kickstarter later on.
Yeah.
I had the old one from 2010. No, I had the second one. So yeah.
I'm pretty sure I have multiple.
That one
I'll
was
look.
I'm glad it got mentioned for sure.
No, that's a great one. I still.
The
love
only
it.
reason why it's not higher on my list is because I just haven't played it in a long time, and that's the case with a lot of great games. So yeah.
Sure. But that's why these are your top, right? This one has a lasting. It's one of the first game when I told the stories about literally going to my neighbor's house and playing Arkham and being introduced to this hobby. This is one of those first games that I played. This was on Kickstarter. I remember backing it. I remember for some reason, and I forget now, Game Salute, and the problems that Game Salute was having shortly, if not right after this. This game has stuck with me from then for the 15 years. This game is, when I have a chance, I bring it someplace. I think I had it at the Gathering, actually.
And they're that orange planet, so there's probably troubles on there.
Right?
Oh,
The orange and blue made me think.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, anything I've done in the industry, I can kind of think this is the first step, seeing that someone else could do it. So that was pretty cool.
Wow.
Good game.
All right, so my number 3. I don't think this was. Let's see, was it 2020? So
Okay.
yeah, kind of an early one, but I played it many times by now.
Right when the world shut down.
Yeah, which is an unfortunate time to come out with games, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But Beyond the Sun
Oh,
is a really cool tech tree game. So this first board, unfortunately, the big board always makes it look kind of boring when you walk past it. You're like, okay, whatever that is. There's a really small board that has, ships and stuff going around, going to different planets and stuff.
yeah.
But that's not what it's really about. It's really about the tech tree. If
Well,
you like tech
I didn't
tree,
say that because I was talking about this game with Brad, and I was like, "Is that a space game? If it's just tech tree the game?" And Brad's like, "There's a space part.
Yeah,
You can fly your ship around."
I
yeah,
like the tech tree, the game.
it is tech tree the game. It's the best way to describe it because if you love tech trees, you're gonna love this game. If you're like, oh, I don't like tech trees, don't bother with this game. I think that's a fair thing to say. And there's area control up here, and I'm not usually a big area control fan, but I mean, especially contested area control, but it does it very clean, very simple. It's not a real bad thing if you get taken. You can move around and adjust real easily, and you can see it coming too. It's usually they did a clever design in area control, which I prefer, which is they make it more advantageous for you to go to your own planet than to try to take it from someone else.
Mm-hmm.
You can try to take it from someone else. If for some reason you must have that planet, you can try and do it. That's a thing you can try for. But for the most part, it's more advantageous just to do your kind of thing and all that stuff. And then some people are kind of spreading out and just being part of everything, and they're annoying. But while all that's going on, you have this worker placement thing going on with your different technologies. You open up places for your workers to go, and they can do all this really cool stuff, things that break the game, basically. Like, oh, you got one little ship at a place. That's cool. I have this technology to put ships everywhere. And you're like, what? Why don't I have this technology? And you can go get it now that it's been discovered, but you don't get to dive into it just as easily as I did because I discovered it, that kind of thing. So also asymmetric boards. All of you're playing, I think it's supposed to be like different nations. Yeah, there's one, United Nations of Soul, right? So you're playing different factions basically, and they're all a little bit different. They all have a asymmetric powers that you can activate on there.
Yeah.
So yeah. Really good game.
Did you know another thing that made me debate this game is the fact that they rewrapped it into a fantasy game?
Did they?
Yeah. So there's a fantasy version now. And I was like, Brad, if it's that easy to rewrap it, is it a fair space game? And Brad's like, no, this is definitely space. Even if you can take a game and say, take it from fantasy, like, I don't know, dwellings, and to bring it, swap its theme out doesn't mean that it doesn't capture the theme when it gets there.
No, it's totally different.
Totally.
If it's done well, then it captures the theme.
Right. This does nail a space game in that sense. Even though it is a more heavy tech tree, you are in fact turning your little dice into ships and workers, and so you got ships in there, right? You do get them in there.
Yeah, they're ships. Well, and also some of the other technology is like building AI droids and stuff like that to help you build more ships and do other things. So, yeah, it's it has other sci-fi with it that just feels like it goes with the space. So,
yeah,
I mean, there's space on the board.
It is got space. It's decorated with space. How can it not be space?
It takes up space on your table.
That's true. Sure. We are playing in space.
That's
on
true.
Earth. Yeah.
On a cruise ship. Yeah.
So yeah, Beyond the Sun. It's my
I haven't played that one.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. It's good. Do you like tech trees?
Yeah, I'm good. I mean, I really as much as I probably never would play the original the Sid Meier's Civilization, I really enjoyed the way that tech thing worked in Civilization.
Okay. Yeah, give it a try.
Yeah, it's on my list. I definitely want to
By
play
the way,
it.
Beyond the Sun, there's another thing about Beyond the Sun that I have to give you some fun facts of. Its box size is what inspired Andromeda's Edge box size, because it is this rectangle and it's like flat and thin, and I was like, that's a space game. And I was like, that's what I got to make. I got to make a game that looks just like that. It's in that box. And then I was like, how much is Beyond the Sun? And it's like 80. And I was like, cool, I'm going to beat 80. I'm going to do better than 80 in the same size box. And we came in with Andromeda's Edge at 70. So I was like, cool.
Well, and it's thicker than Beyond the Sun, though, the box.
Yeah. We have a little bit thicker.
It's like double the Beyond the Sun thick.
The Sun is very, very thin, and it's
thin, yeah.
Yeah, but the box actually is well done in terms of everything fits just right, without having any trays or overhead or anything. So just a lot of space and a lot of pieces.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's my number 3. On to number 2.
What was your 4, Chris? Your number 4?
It was Galaxy Trucker, but because that was taken, I did Star Wars.
Right. Okay, got it.
Well, my number 2 was Beyond the Sun.
No way.
Yeah, I definitely love that game.
Okay, well, you took my 4, I take your 2. Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
So I'm gonna come back in with something else, and I'm gonna. Well, this might violate it because I had, like I said, ships was like important. I had to have ships. So I think this is where the ships thing might get violated, because I'm going to go to one of my alts, which is I had 3 card games that I really kind of like, but the reason why I was debating them is because Race for the Galaxy and Space Base and Star Realms all have this nostalgic thing for me, but they all don't feel like I'm in. I don't have ships, right? But I'm going to pick one of those 3, which is the one I played the most out of that, is I'm going to say Race for the Galaxy. It is a space game. It just doesn't have the same, it's not entirely like I'm actually piloting a ship or anything like that. But you are, in fact, capturing this vibe of exploration, and I've got different planets that I'm going to go visit. So if you consider the player as sort of the person driving whether or not you're going to go to this planet or do this action or go meet an alien species or whatnot. This is such a clever card-based game, where you can use the cards as resources. So if you want to do something that costs 5, you got to spend the cards that you would have otherwise played. And you have very fun, like, I want to do I want to trade. I want to do the trade action, but I think Chris is going to trade. So I can actually trade if Chris trades. So I'm going to do something other than that. Really clever design based a little bit on, I mean, back in the day, Puerto Rico was, there was a couple people working on Puerto Rico, and I believe the design came out as what could happen if that sort of take an action, follow action happened, but in a card game format. I can't remember if San Juan came first or if Race for the Galaxy came first, but it's a good, solid gameplay. I mean, I know they came out with Roll for the Galaxy, but I don't think that makes it any more spacey. So I'm just going to go with Race for the Galaxy, the old classic.
I like roll over race.
Do you?
Roll's better. Yeah.
I think roll's a little fidgety for me, but yeah.
It is, and it really can lend itself to cheating hardcore because you can just manipulate the dice behind your screen to get exactly what you. Oh, I rolled exactly what I needed, and you don't play with them anyway. Like those kind of people.
Top 5 games you can cheat at.
Yep, Roll for the Galaxy is easily a top 5 game you can cheat at because you roll your dice behind your screen and then you set up your dice and then you reveal your screen. So it's very easy to just knock a die over and to the side that you need. But I like the gameplay. Not that to your point, it doesn't necessarily make it more spacey, but I like the gameplay over Race. Race is good. I like Roll I think a little bit better. It's also dice.
Race also taught me how to make a game with just icons. Like this really just said, okay, we're just gonna put icons on all these things. You gotta learn the language, but once you know the language, you can smoothly go through this game. But you have to learn it first.
You have to learn it, and you have to relearn it when you haven't played it in a few years. I found. Yeah, it's a lot. This is the poster boy for too many icons, I think, for anytime people talk about that for a game. I mean, there's just a book of icons to go through whenever you're, and also sometimes they have caveats to those icons they have to put in the bottom right here and stuff like that,
Yeah.
So, but other than that, I would never argue that this is not a space game. What else would it be?
It's borderline because I feel like even if you take away the other ones I mentioned, like Space Base, I have a lot of fun with the card play and with the push your luck or the type of thing. But I go, is this space though? I'm not really there is space on all these cards. I will give you that, but
I mean, there's a few expansions that might bring it more into space. There's one where you actually travel around with a little meeple while exploring an alien ship that you've discovered.
Oh, okay.
Now that one goes really weird. It takes it out of the card game for me. But
yeah.
They do add to it to make it, spacey. But I would never argue. I can't imagine an argument for it not being space. So it's a good pick. I have it on my list. It's just further down.
Okay.
Yeah, I think if this was Race for the Planet, you'd probably argue that it's not a space
the
game,
word
but
galaxy does bring
it's galaxy.
There you go. Done.
Sure.
Solid.
It's in the galaxy.
Easy.
Number 2.
Nice.
Good one. Me, yeah?
Yep.
All right. So, although Twilight Imperium is my oldest, 2005, and Alien Frontiers is 2010, I'm going to come up another couple years to 2013. Hey, Scott. And talk about Quantum.
Oh, I was wondering if anybody was going to mention that.
That's what I'm here for.
Melty dice.
Dice as ships, right? And your dice, the pips on your dice represent what type of ship it is, the movement it can take, and all you're trying to do is move around the galaxy and put your little cube on unclaimed planets. First one to do 5 of them wins. You can fight.
This one,
fight.
yeah.
This one's great. The dice are great. It's a modular board system, so your planets are all over the place. They have suggested setups for the number of players and the different configurations. But your dice, those dice are all ships, and every tile, every planet tile has 8 spots around it. There's 4 special ones. The north, south, east, and west have something special. But really, you're going around trying to lay claim to the planets and get your cubes out there. I love the movement. I love the way the dice are. You can add more to your fleet. There's a lot of stuff that add to this one. But I think it's been around for a minute. But I still think it works. I think it's a really solid game.
This is the game that I got whenever the first edition of it, all the dice were melted. And not only melted, but still sticky.
Yeah.
And they had to give replacement dice.
Yeah.
Wow.
I felt so bad for him because other than that sticky situation, they had like had a great launch with it. I love I'm going back to the cover because I love the cover. It's one of my favorite
art. Yeah,
one of my favorite cover arts. Yeah,
this is funny because at first when you said it, I was like, "Oh, I haven't played this game." And then when you showed the gameplay, I'm like, "Oh, I totally played this game and had a fun time." Because you get those, you can get those upgrades, right? Like you have those cards that you're getting.
Oh yeah, yep, for sure.
It's really fun.
Yeah, this game. I mean, it's the dice are the singing feature of this one. The way the dice are moving around those tiles, how you fight somebody. And then you can either take over that space or go back to the other space you want. The whole the upper right and the upper left of your Andromeda. Look at that. The upper left and upper right every time. So the idea to get your cube on the planet, your upper left die. I think it's called dominance. It's your dominance die. Every time you fight somebody in the game, you move up your dominance die, and when it gets to 6. You get to put it back to 1 and put a cube out there. So you gotta that's how you gotta get your cubes out there. It's really I like this one a lot. I think this one's really good. I wish there was a newer version that kind of like those boards could be better. There's a lot of white space. They're bigger than they need to be. But I love the modular system. I love the dice. The same thing with Alien Frontiers, right? Your dice pips matter in this one, and they matter in movement, they matter in strength, they matter in ability. It's a really clever game for 12 years old.
I like how Scott asked if there's another game that Eric did. Yeah. There's a database for that.
If only there was a website we could use.
I'm sure Aldi doesn't want to look at BGG this late.
I think he just showed up because I had an issue with the site for a second there.
That's true. We did say his name.
He can feel it.
Mm-hmm.
As he said, Eric Zimmerman. I don't recognize the other ones.
Metagame and Rats High Tea at Sea.
Metagame and Rats High Tea at Sea.
Huh.
And 16 tons, whatever those are. So I haven't heard of those, but yeah.
It's kind of an eclectic bunch of games.
Yeah.
So Mike's number 2, Rats High Tea at Sea.
Incorrect. Does that count as space? Have I broken all the rules? It's animals.
High Tea stars. That's fine.
Yeah, I think Quantum. It was hard to find for a while. Quantum was not easy to get. I wouldn't say it was Grail status, but people started talking about it, and it had already taken its turn, so to speak. Mm-hmm. But the cover is just. It's so inviting. The cover's so cool.
Yep.
Yeah. So Quantum number 2. I think it's still fun to move around the dice with your pips. You get a reroll. Like you roll, and that's what you get. If not, you reroll everything one more time, and that's your starting fleet. You could add more to it. It doesn't necessarily suck to lose in a battle. It's not like that detrimental to fight somebody. It benefits you, but it doesn't really hurt the other person other than them having to go to the scrapyard. They roll their die, they go to the scrapyard. But the game, I think the game's still solid. I think it's still pretty awesome.
I was looking at the artist. Since we have Aldi is on there, can we get a cover artist link? Because I always want to know who the cover artist is, but we have 2 artists mentioned here, and now I don't know who did the cover. Oh well,
that would be interesting. That'd be more work on the publisher.
What's really funny about that is that if you did that for Dwellings of Eldervale, there was a person who just came in and did the cover and nothing else, and all the other art in the game is done by other people. But he nailed it. He did the cover just like I was asking, and then was out after that.
Is that in full credits? Oh, maybe. Oh, I like how he's asking us how to use his website to get us to do it, right? I don't see it in here. Maybe I'm missing it, but yeah. Yeah, Quantum's a good choice, man.
Love it.
It wasn't gonna be on mine, but I felt bad about it not being because I like it.
Well, it's on mine. That's 2. I got Alien Frontiers because Peter wanted somebody to talk about
Yeah.
it, and I got Quantum for you.
There you go.
Number 1, I'm doing by myself. You guys can go to hell.
I like how there's editor and sculptor now, by the way.
Yeah. And graphic designer. I appreciate that addition.
Yeah. The site's great.
All right. So my number 2. I know that you haven't played, Mike. I don't think you've played, but correct me, Peter. Is Merchant of Venus.
Oh, that's a good game.
Oh, you have played it. Okay.
Yeah, I've played that.
You're
That's
definitely in space. I don't think you go anywhere else. Let me see if I can find. Yeah, so here we go. You're in space. You're traveling through space. Space is reckless. It's tough to get around. But there are, I'm trying to think, 12 different planets that have alien species on them, different species. And you don't know where they are. You shuffle them up, you put them face down, and then you travel around, try to get to it before anybody else. You discover a new species, and they're like, hey, we're the weird centaur people, and we make uncomfortable furniture. And then and we sell this stuff. Would you like to buy it? And you look and you go, well, there's 4 other aliens that would like to buy this, so I don't see where they are, so no, I'm not going to. And then you travel to another planet, run into them, and go, we want some uncomfortable furniture. And like, damn it, I should have bought that furniture. So then you go back and you get it, and it is a pick up and deliver. It's a kind of stuff like that, but you don't know where anything is until you start doing the exploration part, which is my favorite part of the game. It is long. It is 30. Well, let me also specify, I played with the new version rules, not the classic rules, which I understand is longer and a little clunkier for the most part. But it's 30 rounds long, and that can go a while. I've had like 5-6 hour games of this with 4 players.
That's nothing. When you're playing Ascendancy and Twilight Imperium, 6 hours is nothing.
Sure.
I can see why it would be on your list because exploration is one of your, out of the 4 X's, it's your favorite bit, I think.
It's my favorite X. Yeah.
It's your favorite X.
And no one does it well in 4X's too. So,
yeah.
But yeah, I love the exploration of it. If you're the first person to discover that species, they give you some money to work on their planet. So, yeah, so that's what it looks like before you know where anybody is.
Yeah.
And all the alien races are off to the side here. So everybody takes off, flies around. Yeah, there's wormholes you can jump across. There's asteroids you can get all beat up in. You can get shot at. You can pirates that you come across. It's all very, yeah, there's a lot of bits. There's a lot of, rolling dice is how you get around, but is it dice movement is the question, because it's not the die that you roll isn't necessarily how far you can go. One of them is, but one of them you also can use to add movement. And if you have different technologies, you can take those dice and put them in there to boost you or do other things or give you extra technologies and stuff like that. So I guess it is actually dice movement, but you have a lot more dice to work with. Yeah, roll and move. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. So yeah, pick up and deliver. I love the little dials on your player board. People don't do dials enough.
No, dials have been neglected,
and they're easy and cheap to do too. I mean, if you think about it. But yeah, Merchant of Venus. It's a big game. It's a good one.
Been around too, right?
I do like a good 5-6 hour game. I do like it.
I mean, a 2-player game, if you know what you're doing, you can finish it. For the most part, we usually say, hey, let's do a 20 round game if we're playing 4 players. And you can still enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a long one.
Oh, there we go. Let's play it.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I can bring it. Yeah. All right, so that's my number 2. So we're moving on to our number 1.
Oh, the top of the list. If they're ordered, I don't. We don't know.
Mine are ordered.
Mine
I think
mine. This one would. This one would be. This one would be my number 1.
Ooh. I like that we're slowly getting a little bit of commitment from Mike.
I'll get used to it.
Last episode, man, you gave some order to it. It was nice.
There was definitely an order for sure.
I think this one would also be my number 1 out of all the ones I've mentioned, which is I'm nervous because it's also relatively new. I hate to put it something new at the top, but it really captures space to me.
Don't do it, Peter.
I'm gonna say SETI as the top of the list. I'm not gonna say Terraforming Mars for you, Mike, at the top of the list.
Yeah, no, Terraforming Mars.
I almost had Terraforming Mars on the list because it was my engine building, like entry to engine building. I really do like it, but I decided it was that planet thing where I was like, it's just one planet. SETI, I love the fact that when especially when Chris said it's not necessarily science fiction, it's space. Well, I was like, well, this game is completely about space and exploration of space and our known galaxy and all the different research programs in different ways. And of course, one of the most fun things, because you're talking about, discovering in Merchant of Venus alien life, there is this moment in this game where you find another alien species and then the game is different because you don't know what they were going to do. And there's so many cool parts about that aspect that. And I love the fact that they're setting themselves up to do, I think, different expansions. They could do different alien species, and it comes with different components because one puts little things on the map and others don't. And so I love the unknown. The unknown is definitely there when you're playing this game, which I feel like is a proponent of space, right? You don't know what's out there. And you do have that movement of, in this case, not a ship, but a probe. And you're deciding to send it to, say, Jupiter or Jupiter's moon or go out and do little cycles around Mars or whatever you want to do. There's a lot of fun exploration and landing and sending satellites coming back to Earth. And the rotating board really kind of immerses you in the whole rotation of space and how things are shifting. And there is so much awesome depth to this game in terms of the card play. The designer did 3 games last year that were on the top charts, and all of them involved multi-use cards, which I happen to love. And it's just this like, oh, do I want to use a card for this, or do I want to get it to go over this?
What was the third game?
Did Tea Garden and Galileo Galilei and
Tea Garden. That's the one I forgot. Yeah.
Tea Garden is amazing, and Galileo Galilei is better than that, and SETI's better than that. So I have had, the only thing that I've had happen in a couple of groups, it's gone kind of long at a large player count, but it's a juicy, like the whole experience is very satisfying. It's so tight with the cards. You want to do everything, and then all of a sudden you're like, if I could just have one more resource, I could fund this program and run my tech tree and do all this stuff and get out to space one more time. It's really good. And it won a whole bunch of Dice Tower awards to beat. It beat Andromeda's Edge in a couple categories, and I had to go, yeah, it is pretty good. This game is good. Solid.
Yeah, I've only played it the one time with you and Luke, who decimated me. But I really, really liked it. It was a game that you and Luke were playing very well, and I was watching from behind.
Yeah, there's a little bit of I mean, I had played before, so that wasn't fair for you, but I feel like there's a lot of things where if you got into that game, you could try different strategies with the way the card play works. Very, very well done.
Yeah, it's a great game. I got a little lost here because I was trying to find out what
like
said in binary.
Yeah.
One of them is E, but they're different ones. So I'm wondering if it says SETI, like there's a S and a.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
I.
That would be pretty clever if they did that. I love those little, for a component, if we were doing a top, I mean, it's kind of neat that they put little zeros and ones on this little tiny translucent disc that they didn't have to.
Nice.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's a great game, though. I love the cover, too. Great cover.
It was in our last year's cover, the tournament bracket that we did for the covers of the year.
Yep.
3 different ways to find alien life in that game, and you can really kind of play around with which way you want to go.
And I want to play so much more just to see the other aliens. It's only saw two.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Very cool. Mike, what you got?
So I'm doing almost the same thing Peter's doing. This is the newest game, and I don't feel bad about it. It came out this year. It's been it was one of my favorites from when we played it digitally on the show before the Kickstarter. It's 2025 release. It's from KTBG, which is, they're just killing it. They're amazing. Them and Bird Island, that whole conglomerate just makes great stuff. From Yuval Grinspun is How to Save a World. This game, while we were playing it, this game continued to get better from not only the gameplay, but from the design choices that Yuval put into the game to make the game feel thematic. So you have that asteroid is going to hit the planet, and if it hits the planet, you're dead. So there's 3 different things you can focus on. You can focus on the laser and try and break up the asteroid. And if that doesn't work, you can focus on the shields of the planet to protect the planet from the asteroid. And if that doesn't work, you can focus on just getting off the planet and going to this, go somewhere else, right? And every one of those things, I'm like, okay, this makes sense. And on your turn, you're moving your thing and you're doing your stuff, and it all made sense. Then we started playing, and in the design choice of your meeples that are going from planet to other planet and getting off the ship, you can do an action that's definitely better, but you're going to get stuck there. Or you can do an action that's a little bit less, and you can come back really quickly, so you'll have access to another turn. And that's like the thought, the decision making, and just that alone is like, this is great. But then it became, as we were playing through the game, and the game is taking shape, and you're doing your choices, and you're making your moves, and you're taking your actions, and the asteroid's getting closer, it started to dawn on me the thematic choice of, like, you're hedging your bets on the laser or the shield, or you got to get off. And it made, like, the decision of, like, we're shooting a laser. Great, that's going to work. If it works, great. Whoever's on the thing, you got your scientist did the right thing and you won. If it doesn't work, then you got to focus on the shields. And the reason that blew my mind is you've now broken up the asteroid. We're now, all right, well, maybe it's broken up enough where the shield's going to protect us now, because the shield wasn't going to work because it's too big. But now it's broken up enough to get, if the shield's not working, we got to get off. Like, it's just not. And that decision in using that mechanism was just bonkers. Like, it was just, you saw me in the gameplay, like, just consistently go back to the design choices of this game. And it blew me away the more we played into the game. And the production value is beautiful. I mean, the game just, it's just a gorgeous game. But this got so much deeper for me from a designer, from a developer's brain, of the choices that were put into this game, that it by far my favorite game of recent time, if not my favorite game of the year. This game is just amazing.
Is it
front to back amazing?
Is it cooperative or competitive? I didn't get that out of the.
It is competitive. You want to be up on the chart of the winning thing. If laser wins, then whoever's up on the laser wins. If not, then it's next, and then it's next.
Okay, cool. I like that.
I mean, it could have easily been a boring stock game, right? Like, oh, I'm going to invest in this business or something like that. But to make it be asteroids coming to destroy the world. How do we stop it or get off the world and stuff like that? Just elevates it to it and makes it feel more fun that you're involved in this kind of thing. And like you said, they had the theme build on it, like the laser can't save you, then maybe the shield, all that stuff.
Right.
So,
and
that's
you really
cool.
feel the asteroid coming at you. Like that asteroid is, like Evan said, is a cool piece, right? It's acrylic, the colors pop, like everything about this game is just so well thought out. And you feel that thing getting closer. Like there's a doom happening.
Well, I love how the paint that is ahead of where it will be is still drawn so that you get the motion, and then it could still move into those spots. It actually feels really good that they didn't leave that, like, I don't know, just like kind of clear that it's coming. They actually kind of gave you the whole thing.
Yep.
Really, really cool art choice.
Yeah.
Game's great.
Now, I like that when you're doing your worker placement, you're either working on the Earth or you're working on the moon.
Right.
Two places that aren't actually in space, two land places. So is this a space game?
There's an asteroid in space.
Comet.
And we are using ships to travel through space to save humanity.
I know, it's mess with you. It's a great pick.
I love the company. I love the people behind it. I wanted to steal a copy of this any chance that, like, Yuval brought it last year to QSCon and I wanted to steal it. This game, I couldn't wait for it to hit. Everyone should play it, from just learning about what it takes what you put into a game from a design choice. This game is just loaded with great ideas. The production value, the development process. This game sings on so many different levels that it's just easily one of my most favorite games.
I love that company, so
they're great.
I didn't know about this one, so it's an insta acquire for me.
Yeah,
phenomenal game. I'm sure Chris could have probably predicted that would have been.
Yeah. I was safe to leave it in your hands to put on my list. Yeah,
sure. Yeah, you knew that one was coming. I know it's your number one.
Well, as I said, my number one is Andromeda's Edge, but we have the rule that, if we're working at it, and I said by a landslide as well. It's in my top 10 games of all times. So, but of course, I won't put that as my number one. However, Galactic Cruise was my number one, and that also got taken away from me.
Well, now you will put Andromeda's Edge. No,
so I was going to say my number 7, but that was SETI, and that one got taken away from me.
Oh, no.
Wow.
So we're all the way down to number 8 that I'll just mention. Well, you know what? I won't even mention. I'll just say Galactic Cruise was my number 1 on here. And then we're going to talk about, the other extra mention. What are they called? Not unmentionables. Honorable mentions. That's what they are. I'll put those in my honorable mentions and stuff. But so yeah, Galactic Cruise was.
Funny is that when Galactic Cruise came out, and I got to play it. I got to play a little bit early before the campaign with the designers. Like I said, the first person I thought should play this game was you. I was like, oh my God, Chris has to play this game.
That's cool.
I just knew you would like it. It has all of the pieces I figured you would like. But, I'm curious, what is that? You play it a lot with Aaron, right? Or
we played it 3 times. Or let me think. Yeah, 3 times. Yeah.
Because I figure, like, if there's a game that works for both of you, then it's going to last. So
yeah, and it's a good 2-player too.
Yeah. None of that AI player kind of stuff or whatever.
There is an AI thing. Well, it's not AI. It does it as well as Teotihuacan, which is basically a 3rd player piece fills in some spots kind of thing.
Gotcha.
And you don't have to play its turn like you would 7 Wonders original.
Got it.
Yeah. So those I never really mind. Oh, fill in some spaces for the 3rd player. That's fine. If I don't have to do any kind of, let's play this Fate player's turn thing, then I'm fine with it. Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, well, we can get into honorable mentions at this point because like I said at the top of this, I had like 26 things written on here. Not all of them need to be mentioned. A lot of them have been. They're on your list as well. But Star Wars has two really great ones that I left out because I did Outer Rim, but Rebellion and X-Wing
is yeah, seriously.
I mean, X-Wing is more of a miniatures one, so I don't know. I mean, it's a tabletop game, So
I would say, and also I was like thinking about how many good Star Wars games are, and it's like there's Imperial Assault, but that's definitely not. It's more like, okay, I'm doing missions on surfaces, but Rebellion is definitely an in space kind of experience, right?
Oh yeah, it's a galactic experience.
Yeah.
Beyond the Sun was my number 3, Evan.
Rebellion can just be brutal. Like, you could just lock into finding the base and the game's over in 20 minutes, or that game overstays something fierce.
I've only played it twice, and I've played it as teams both times, like 2 people on 1, 2 people, and I think I would enjoy it more that way because the discussion that you get with that other person, which is strange coming from me because I'm not normally a cooperative person, right? But cooperating with your partner against the other team is more intriguing to me. So I think that helps the time pass a little bit more.
Have either of you played the Richard Borg Alan Battle for Hoth, the Memoir 44 redo?
Yeah, I played it with you, dude.
Oh, that's right. We kicked Brett and Laura's ass. That's right.
Yeah.
That game, that's a very approachable.
Not space, Star Wars.
Yeah. Not space, Star Wars though. But it's very approachable, easy to get into, easy to teach people, and almost infinitely expandable.
Yeah, we kicked ass.
Yeah, it was really good.
We were the Empire. We were brutal.
It wasn't even that. It wasn't.
I've never played Gaia Project. I really want to. I don't have it because I love Terra Mystica.
I have played Gaia Project, and I think I played it on a cruise that you were on, Chris. I don't know why you weren't in that game.
Oh, on the Dice Tower cruise?
Yeah.
Oh, weird. Yeah, I must have missed you. I was on something else, I guess.
Yeah, that was a good game.
That was one of the ones I picked for you. It was that or Beyond the Sun, and I picked Gaia Project. I thought that was going to be on your list.
Yeah, I've never played it.
There are certain ones that I have that list that I have of the 5 that I have not played that I think would be on somebody's top. So that list includes, by the way, Arcs, which I have not played, and I feel like someone would put Arcs on a list.
I haven't played either.
It also includes Search for Planet X because that feels very space. That theme feels like someone would say that has to be one of the top.
I have it, but haven't learned it yet.
I would put Gravwell because I just heard that like Gravwell was one of those original kind of games that everyone was buzzing about when games were starting to crowdfund. And I don't remember if that was a crowdfunding game, but I remember when Gravwell came out, it was a big deal. And the whole idea of spinning ships into a vortex or whatever felt like a really good gameplay for space. And then also Wandering Galaxy, which is on my shelf of opportunity, which I feel like should be a space game that would be fun to get into. And then I had Zia because I haven't dug into that game, and I feel like that's a space game, right?
Yeah, I've only played it once, and it was not the greatest experience. I have it too. Yeah. But it wasn't the greatest experience because I played it at a convention. I thought, oh, good, some people will teach me the game, right? Yeah. And whoever did it, I can't remember his name, but this guy decided, you know what I'll do? I'll take this 4-player game and I'll get 8 people to play by combining 2 games together.
Oh no!
It was brutal. It was so long. I really loved all the stuff that was in it. Talk about sandbox, right? You could build up your ship. You could buy a new ship. You could upgrade things. You could, buy and sell, move around, all that different stuff. There is a dumb. Some of it is designed by theme, right? Which is kind of a no-no in today's design world a little bit. But some people are more cool with it by not. But and by that I mean there is a turn that you could just lose because you're like, oh, I'm gonna go into this space, and then you go, oh, it's a sun. You went into the sun, you lose everything, right? And you've been playing for 3 hours. Like, that's a harsh thing. So, house rule for me. I know it's.
Do you like Iridia, by the way?
I like it so far. I've only played 2 games. I want to play more.
It's the same designer or publisher.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and the first game was brutal because it was a walkthrough, and I hate walkthroughs, and I've been through that rant plenty of times. But the second game, I was like, ooh, I see what this game is.
Yeah.
And it's like the closest thing I've ever played to an RPG that isn't an RPG.
That's why I kind of trust that Zia is probably that immersive thematic experience, because of the fact that that's what all this team seems to do is let me go as deep as possible into this thing. You know what I almost wanted to put on the list, but again, I've only played it one time, so I really didn't want to like do this. But like Unsettled is a very good space game. Unsettled.
That's what I thought Mike was alluding to that wasn't in space. Because you're in planets.
That was one of the ones. I mean, technically, every one you play, you go to a different planet, but you're on a planet.
It feels so spacey in the sense that like you're fighting space dust, or you're like dying, here because you don't have oxygen or whatever. It feels very much like a space theme. So
I'll agree. It's on my list. It's one of the first ones I thought of. But for me, it was planet oriented, or else Unsettled. If you have a chance to play Unsettled, like move that to the top of your list. That another game that's beautifully produced. The art's fantastic. The gameplay is great. Unsettled is amazing.
Can you bring it to the Gathering? Because I would love to play that game.
Do you want the first Kickstarter with the 6 planets, or the newer Kickstarter with the 8 planets?
Whatever you haven't played.
Okay.
The thing that I thought that was really clever that Orange Nebula did with that also is that you can take it to go with like 2 planets in the box, leave the other planets at home. Really, really a great production. The whole thing, well done. I don't think I have anything more thematic feeling in my whole collection than that game. But again, I was struck with the whole. I don't know if this is too much of a planetary experience. Like I would have had, the other one that was that reminded me of that. I haven't played it though. Is Vanguard. I imagine that would be on somebody's list. But again, you're like an away team going to a planet, right?
I haven't played that one. Yep.
Risk. When I was talking to Brad about it, he mentioned Cosmic Encounter, which I wondered if it would show up on somebody's list. But that felt too much like Alien Negotiation, the game.
Yeah, I know. I didn't even think of it, and I have it. But yeah, are you in space? I guess you are.
I can't remember I guess you are, because you're defending your planet with ships coming at it. I don't know.
You have your own little planet thing and stuff around it. Your ships around it.
They redid that. They rethemed that pretty easily with Game of Thrones, and instead of spaceships, they were crowns, and it was just showing influence. So it's almost like you're at like a NATO convention, and you're just showing your influence with different countries.
It feels like it's more about the powers.
Yeah, I would never argue with someone like you can't put that on your list as that space, but it's also like barely space. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what would make it on my list for a space kind of vibe, but I don't think the game was that good, and so therefore I was like, I don't think I could put this on. Was Firefly. The game felt like such a space game. Like, I'm gonna go over here and do this thing and fly over there and get this mission. But I don't know if it was a good game though.
I'm a huge Firefly fan, and I was really disappointed by Firefly as the board game. Yeah.
It's too long. It overstays.
It was too old of a design. Like it just had too many old things that we've kind of like, that's been done. It's need to have more of an updated design.
There are 2 local designers that I think have a space game that I could have almost mentioned for honorable mentions, which is Scott Rogers has a game called Ray Guns and Rocket Ships, which really nails that pulp, like that certain age of sci-fi where it's like, you know, oh, it just sort of captures the whole, you know, 50s or like the comic book style sci-fi space exploration, right?
Like
Different.
the Thunderbirds, kind of that show.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Puppets.
It was like Thunderbird 67, but that look, that style, like the 70s style.
Yeah, it has that classic you know, vibe of
Mhm.
sci-fi. And then the other one, which I only thought about while I think Mike was talking about one of your picks, and Chaosmos. Have you ever played Chaosmos?
I haven't. I know what it is. You're trying to get that card, right?
Yeah, it's a really clever design by Joey Vigor, where you know, there's a clock ticking. The galaxy is going to be over in, like, you know, however many turns, and the only thing that matters is if you have this one card. So you can find it early, but you got to hold it. You got to bury it on a planet. You got to go fly over somewhere else. You got to pretend like you didn't find it, or you can find it at the last second, steal it from someone, fight someone off, get it, whatever. As long as you're holding that card, the final turn you win. Nothing else matters. Really fun design, especially because he put envelopes so that, you know, when you go to a planet, you can exchange cards with that planet by putting cards in the envelope. You can put traps.
Uh-oh. Got a Peter freeze.
Uh-oh. I like that idea of trading with the planet, putting stuff in the envelopes. That's neat.
Oh, there you are. You froze on us.
The envelope idea was so simple of a component thing to use, where you have a simple component, but cards go in and out of it, and it's like, oh, it's an easy way to get a gameplay element out of it. Oh, thank you.
I like that idea.
Thanks.
Excellent.
Conversation anyway.
You know what I almost put on the list too, Chris? Is Last Light is a good space game.
Oh, I totally forgot about Last Light. Well, I can't mention it though. I worked on it, so.
Well, there you go.
Fair enough. Yeah.
It condenses an entire 4X into an hour. Come on.
I also don't have it, so, you know, that's why I forgot to put it on my list.
Which is amazing that you don't have it.
Yeah, I'm not going to rant about it again.
That game.
Yeah, it is a fun game though. It's a fun game. Yeah, my number 8 that got pushed down was Empires of the Void 2, which I think I talked about an episode or two ago. I love that game because it's I do this action, everybody gets to do the sub action feel. So everybody's involved. You can also pay to, I don't want to do that action, I want to do this instead. And that's always fun. And it's in the Arzeum world, but in the future. So you still have the frogmen and the different types of people, but then he introduces aliens from other places. It's really fun.
That's cool.
I don't hear a lot of people talk about that one either, too. So, but it's a good one.
He supposedly did not only the art, not only the design, not only the production, but also the minis for that game.
Yeah. The minis are okay. They're a little. Some of them don't even seem like they're spaceships in a certain way, but
you did all the other parts.
Yeah, I do appreciate that they try to feel very different from each other. Yeah. I did not mention Dune Imperium because it doesn't feel like you're in space.
Well, that was the first one I debated with Brad. That can't be space, right? But then he was like, no, it totally is space. It feels very much like if you're dealing with sandworms, you're on a planet. I don't know.
Even the combat is happening on the planet's surface.
Right.
So yeah, you can bring things from other planets to the planet to do stuff in a way, sort of. Yeah. But it's so abstract.
What about the first Dune?
Oh, I never played the first Dune. I've always wanted to, but I've heard of it.
Yeah.
I think one that you alluded to, Mission Red Planet.
Oh, that's good.
Or were you were alluding to Terraforming Mars?
I was alluding to Terraforming Mars because
now there's a moon in that one too, and you can do stuff on that moon, right? So that is technically space travel, right?
I also thought about On Mars, which I haven't played, but it feels so. That cover is so good. But I don't know what the gameplay is like, and you're probably on the planet, so
Probably. How many Star Wars quotes are we going to get from Evan today?
Not many. He's got to go to playtesting. So,
yeah. What else did I had? I had Star Trek Expeditions, which isn't as good as Ascendancy, so that's fine. But you go to different planets and you take care of it, kind of like you're doing the episode on each planet. Yeah. But it's a little abstract, so it doesn't feel like you're really doing stuff. But Starship Captains is actually a little bit better version of that, if anybody's played that one. One on here that I absolutely love and will never be able to play again, probably, is Space Cadets Dice Duels. And I've talked about that one before. I played it at a convention and a demo, and I was like, this is amazing. It's basically everybody has their own little station, and you got someone's an engineer, someone's like Captain Sonar, that kind of thing. Happened before Captain Sonar. And then someone's the captain, and you're trying to destroy each other's ship, basically. And so it's all real time. You're saying, oh, I need more power for their lasers, person over here, and stuff like that. And people are doing their mini games, and it's all rolling in real time, trying to get the dice where they need to go and all that. But my group just had a meltdown. Like,
why can you not play great
that
game?
crew was not working. It wasn't our crew. It was the other ship's crew. I won't say who did what, but the captain was yelling at people. They were like, stop yelling at me. I don't want to play this game. Blah. They melted down. We destroyed them. And everybody said, we're never playing this again. So I got to play that game once.
When you could just go, God, that diplomacy, right? Yeah.
Why would you never play it again? Because
the group won't play it,
or because of the game? Okay, all right.
Yeah, because I can't find it. You need a good amount of people. I don't know that many people that would play it with me. So
I had it on the list of the ones that I picked on yours. Was that the Space Cadets Dice Duel? I thought that would be on your list.
Yeah, it's further down just because of the unplayableness of it, but which is not the game's fault.
Sure.
So.
Yeah.
But yeah, I also have Quantum and all that. I wondered if Relic counted. That's a Warhammer 40K version of Talisman.
Huh.
I mean,
all the different places are space.
Talisman is an activity. It's not even a game.
That's fair. That's honestly fair.
Wow.
We really do say, hey, let's play Talisman. That's as long as we all understand that we're just sitting around talking.
Yeah.
Is what we're doing.
Yeah.
Flip a coin. Do you want to go that way or this way? All right, go that way.
It really does feel like an activity.
Another one that I have just played recently that I really liked, but again, it's on one surface. But Shackleton Base is pretty good, and I was like, ooh,
I haven't played that yet. I keep hearing people talk about it.
Yeah, it's good. It's really good.
In
one spot, so I said, nah, we can't do that.
Has either one of you played Pulsar 2849?
That was on my list. I love that game.
It's basically Grand Austria Hotel, but in space.
Yeah.
Huh.
Close. Yeah.
It's very, very close to it. It feels they definitely had like that influence, you would imagine. Yeah.
Nice. Space Euro.
Yeah, it's good.
Hmm?
That's basically all I have. A few others, but they didn't really make the list. So. Any other mentions for you?
Mission Red Planet was on my list. Starship Captains was on my list. Of the ones that haven't been talked about, Unsettled highlighted on my list. Of the ones that haven't been talked about, I would have put this on there, but I feel like it's definitely space, but it happens on a planet. Is Not Alone. I love the game Not Alone. It plays 7. It's a 1 versus all. Everything has to be heard by the one. The aliens trying to capture the people that crashed on the ship on the planet, but they're trying to get off. The game, every time I played that, I'm always the alien because I'm always teaching the game. But that game is solid as hell. I love that game. Cool. Black Angel, I feel like I'll pull a page from Peter's list. I haven't played that one yet. I feel like it's a really good one. I just haven't played it. But but I've heard great things about it.
Yeah, that's probably on some people's lists. Like I've heard good things as well. I haven't played that one either.
Yeah. And then I think the best, in my opinion, the best tiny epic game is Galaxies. I think that game
Agreed.
is solid.
Yeah.
I love that one.
That was really good.
Quest is very close second for me, but yeah, Galaxies is really good.
Yeah, Galaxy. The Dino. I want to play the Dino one just because of the theme. I think that one's going to be fun. But Tiny Epic Galaxies is it's just a great game. For what it has in that box, the punch that it delivers is pretty solid. But other than that, we talked about Dark Moon, Unsettled. That's it. That's my list.
Cool. Now I know we talked about having a game afterwards, but we are going long, so I seeing how you're both feeling. Do you want to push to the game, or are you feeling like it's time to end the show?
Well, how long of a game is it?
Oh, I can't imagine it'd be more than 30 minutes.
I'm in.
All right, let's do this.
It's only 3 rounds. You guys could crash this real fast, actually.
10 minutes around.
All right, so
the people who are really like gung ho and staying for the long haul.
I'll put timestamps on it too. All right. Oh, I almost shared this with everybody. We don't do that.
There you go.
Ooh. Do we need anything? Do we need a writing utensil or something?
Nope. You just need to know all of the knowledge that BGG has in its database.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Wait, can I text Scott? Let me text Scott. Hold on. Oh, wait, I'm using my phone as my camera. Damn it, I can't.
All right. So this is board game blackjack.
Oh,
That's
boy.
what I'm calling it.
I read that as Jack Black, and I almost quit the show. I almost rage quit my own show.
That's great. I should have called it that just to see what you would do.
Name Jack Black.
God.
Your views of Jack Black do not necessarily reflect the views of the full
That's
40.
fine. You can all have your wrong opinions. That's okay.
Only 21. Yeah. That is a Christian. All right. So the rules are fairly simple. I am going to show you a group of games, and you are going to take turns picking them. And there's going to be a goal, and you're going to try to get close to it, but not go over, just like in blackjack, right?
Okay.
So for instance, let me make sure I don't accidentally show answers and stuff. So here are the games that you're looking at.
Okay.
And you are trying to get a group of games assigned to you. You pick a game, and then you're going to keep it from the other person, basically.
Oh, wow. And we
You're
have to
gonna
stay
select the
under
game?
1,200 rating.
Yeah, you have to say under 1,200 as a collection.
Yeah.
So at some point, you'll just go, okay, I'm staying. Right? You don't want to bust. So now, and as I said, there's going to be 3 rounds. Each round is progressive scoring. So first round, the winner gets 1 point. Next round, winner gets 2 points. Third round, you know what happens.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to put blanks up here.
Wow.
Now,
I told you your production, way better production value than my Google Slides with the bullshit that I do.
I mean, BGG makes this all so much easier.
Sure.
So first things, we're going to let Peter go first. You're going to pick one of these games to go to your collection, and just then we'll bounce back and forth.
Okay, and then I'm looking for the highest, the best ranked games on BGG to stay low. Is that what I'm trying to do?
Whatever their ranking is. So whatever they're like. For instance,
ranked 65, you have 65 points on the board.
Exactly. Yeah.
But you need to stay under 1,200.
Yes.
So you want the games that are better ranked on BGG to grab.
Well, you'll have a lot that way, but yeah.
What do you mean a lot?
Well, for instance, it's not on here. So Gloomhaven, I think, is number 3 or something like that. If you were to pick Gloomhaven, you would have 3 points, and you want to get as close to 1,200.
Oh, okay. So But if the other person busts,
then you'll be fine.
Yeah, this is Dragon Quest or Clank. You can get 1 coin and get out, and everyone else dies, and you're good.
In that
Okay.
case, I like to know where I stand, and I like to I'm going to say as close to the low end as possible out of the gate. So I'm going to pick Pandemic Legacy just to get 1 or 2 points on the board.
You might not be able to see it. I do want to be clear. That's season 2.
Oh, okay. Season 2. I still think that's going to be high up there and low points. I'm going to take it.
All right. So because you have the purple color, I'm just going to turn that purple.
So we don't know. We don't know what it is when we pick it.
Not until you. Not until
until you bust. Oh god.
Ah, shit. Now I gotta really think. I was just like, all right, this is good. All right, let's go above and below.
All right. We'll make that blue. Peter?
I'm gonna grab let's see, I gotta do my math of where I'm gonna be at with this thing.
Paper and pen coming out. That's how you know.
I do have the advantage of knowing the Andromeda's number, but I'm gonna go with Earth for my second one.
Earth for
I think I know where I'm at with my number right about now.
All right. Mike?
Yeah.
Before I reveal these two, I'll just ask you, like, what do you think it is? And we'll see how close you are, just for fun.
I'm gonna pull Jaipur.
Jaipur. Great game.
One of my favorites.
And so we could stop at any time if we were like, okay, I think I got
anytime you want.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna keep going, but I just want to know what the deal is with that.
Mm-hmm. And the other person could keep going until they'd stop.
This is where it gets a little dicier on the numbers. I'm gonna take Endeavor Deep Sea.
Okay.
I'm going to leave the proverbial ball in Peter's court. I'm gonna stop.
Ooh, really?
Uh-huh.
You only have 2 games.
I'm okay with that.
Okay. Interesting. I don't remember these numbers, so don't let what I'm saying.
I'm not. I don't listen to you anyway. It's okay.
So I just have to not go over 1,200, but also beat what Mike's got on the board.
Yeah.
Which is above and below and Jaipur. Interesting. Okay. All right. Okay. Now I picked low one, so I got to keep going because I need more points. I am now going to add Andromeda's Edge to the board.
A little bit of unfair advantage, but he's our guest.
A little tiny bit, but I don't know if I can still beat Mike on that. So I think I'm now at a certain score. Let's see. If I have not screwed up where Endeavor is and I have not screwed up where Earth is, it's a tough one. I want to add like one more.
And you have this listed as BGG rating. You mean BGG ranking, right?
I do mean ranking. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. I really don't know where a lot of these other ones stand. Like I wouldn't pick Arabian Nights or Horrified or Downforce because I have no idea where they stand whatsoever. I have a feeling that Unconscious Mind has to be near where Andromeda's is because it's relatively about the same. And I don't know where Wormspan or Wavelength is either. And I feel like Wormspan, just because it's Stonemaier, has to be low. But I just don't know. So I'm going to take Unconscious Mind.
Yeah.
And am I ahead of Mike now? It's just only 2. I'm going to stop there and see if that is enough to stay under.
All right. Well, let's see. We'll start with the person who has the least amount of games. So we'll start with Mike. Mike, what number do you think Jaipur is, just out of curiosity?
I'm averaging that they're around 600 a piece, give or take 100. So I think if Jaipur is 500, then above and below is 6. If above and below is 5, then Jaipur is 6.
Pretty cool guess, and pretty
somewhere around there.
Yeah.
So Jaipur is 199.
Way higher than I thought. Okay.
Okay. Oof.
And above and below, still confidence around 500.
Yeah, I mean, it's my decision. I'm good.
404.
Really? Wow. All right.
All right.
Close around above and below. Way off on Jaipur.
So that's what, 603.
603.
So Peter, you just don't need the bust, is what you're
Correct.
hoping for
I
here, right?
still need the bust right now. And there's a couple I'm not sure where they are, but we're gonna.
All right. So what do you think Endeavor's at?
I put Endeavor at, I think it's at around 150, and it could be hotter because of recent things.
Yeah, I think it's higher.
Oh.
Wow! What?
Ooh.
I
That
call
is good.
bullshit. Andromeda's Edge is on the list. You and Peter work. This is garbage.
I know where Andromeda's Edge is at.
Oh, where is it?
Well, it was at 254. I don't know if it get bumped up a couple with the campaign. There you go.
229.
There you go. Okay.
And how about Unconscious
I
Mind?
figured Unconscious Mind was near Andromeda, so I'm kind of hoping it's in the 200s at like two a little bit better than Andromeda's Edge. There we
Just
go.
right in.
This is weighted. This is crap.
So where are we right now? You have 149 plus 219. Make me do math real quick. I'm the one that made myself do math here.
Yeah.
350, 700, 780, 380. You're still around 800-ish.
Right. You have to not bust on Earth and Pandemic Legacy.
So what do you think Earth is?
I think Earth is
no.
90.
2, 4, 5. He's under
If you wanna-
600.
If you want to do the calculation, that'd be awesome.
I can't. My
think
phone's being
I
used.
put Earth in the top 100 at about 90, and I hope I'm not way off there. Oh shit!
Ooh.
You're fine though. You got Legacy.
You know,
season
it's fine
2.
because Pandemic Legacy is not gonna. It's gonna be low.
Yeah.
All right, let me grab a calculator here.
I
Somewhere.
was just opening up one on the computer.
Okay, yeah, mine's not popping up for some reason. So
Hold on.
because we need to know what number this shouldn't be, right? All right, so he's got
149 plus 219
plus 229
229
plus 200.
200 on the button, huh?
Yeah.
You're at 797 minus 1200. So you need this to be 403
Or lower.
or lower.
Or lower.
Yeah, we're golden. That's like in the top 100.
Yeah.
There we go.
68.
There we go. More than
All
I
right.
thought, but I'll take
But
it.
was that enough to beat me? Yeah, that was definitely enough to beat me.
Yeah.
700. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
You were in 600 territory. All right.
Great.
Good
Well,
start.
When you went out there and said, I think these are both at 500 or 600, I was like, oh my God, did he just. That would have been something.
I love Jaipur. It's if not my favorite 2-player game. I thought it was higher. I didn't think it was that low.
So,
Oh,
games by weight.
By weight?
By weight.
Oh my.
So, if you don't know, BGG has a game weight. So not physical weight, but how heavy the game is to learn and play and all that.
Oh.
And it ranks between, I believe, 0 to 5.
0 to 5.
And I will tell you that these are in like 0.00. So you have that range to work in. Like what is it, to the 10th? So you have those 3 digits to work in, basically.
And Andromeda's back with dwellings this time. How
Hold
much
on.
money are you paying him, Peter?
Hold on. There's a Batman in here.
Okay.
There's a Batman in here. There's a Marvel United, which I know you love.
The exact weight of those 2 titles. But
I threw some stuff in there I know you love, Mike.
I like how Wavelength is back.
Yeah, some of them stayed.
I
So
would like to know Wavelength's rating, by the way, because I really think that had to be high, but it's a good game.
all right, so
yeah.
Mike, I'll let you go first since we'll go who didn't win last time go first.
Good. So I'll be going in round 3 again first. I'm gonna pick.
Remember, this round's for 2 points.
Closest to 12 without going over.
Yeah.
Correct.
this is good. This is good. Is that Arkham 3rd?
It is 3rd edition, yes.
It should be 0.
0. Wait.
It just should be thrown out.
He's a 2nd editioner.
Yeah, 3rd edition's weird. Unless you add the expansion that lets you have encounters with monsters, it's you could have an entire game where you don't have an encounter and the whole thing is about an
Weird.
encounter. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
All right, let's go with Quadropolis.
Interesting.
Quadropolis. Yep. I need to be able to select that. There we go. Okay. Peter, where are you going?
I'm taking dwellings right out of the gate.
All right.
Mike? You can always take these from him too, you know. Then he won't be so sure.
I will know where he's at then instead of me.
Oh, yeah. No. All right, let's do Troubles.
All right. Peter?
Andromeda's Edge. Let's go for it.
All right.
I think I know what number I'm at out of 12 right now.
You should.
Mike, you should know what Batman is, right?
Yeah.
It's your game. I say that and I forgot what Troubles is. I don't remember.
What is the game in the top right? Top right.
That's Ethnos.
Ethnos.
Oh.
Simon. Yeah.
I could not read the title.
Yeah. Not a good treatment on title.
Let's do United.
Oh, interesting strategy here.
All right.
I love how Point Salad is in for good old full 42 vibes.
Yeah, that's for Mike. Another one I put in for Mike.
I'm going to take Terraforming Mars.
Blech.
Another one I put in for Mike.
I know.
Yeah, right next to the other one I love. That's great.
Mike?
Let's do let's do Batman.
Nice.
Do you know what that one's weight is?
I might.
All right, Peter?
All right, I'm going to pick Galactic Cruise.
Okay.
This is a dangerous crew that I've picked to get under 12.
Very.
Yeah. Mike?
I don't know. I mean, a safe thing. I fucking hate this game.
For those that don't know, the bottom left is Abyss. If you want to look that one
I
up.
do like Abyss. Yeah, it's good. Love that cover.
Out of spite, I'm not picking it. I want Wavelength.
All right. Peter?
I am going to stop
Are you?
with those 4. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I will also stop.
Okay.
All
All
right.
right.
I don't want to pick Point Salad. It's not going to happen.
So you have 5, Peter has 4. So we'll look at Peter's 4 first.
Okay.
All right. So what do you think Dwellings is?
I had it at 2.5.
2.5. It is 3.24.
Oh, I'm in trouble now. I'm very much in trouble now. Uh-oh. I was a whole number off in my calculations right now. So
how about Andromeda's Edge?
I had 2.75, and so now it's gonna be 3.75. Yep.
3.72.
I can't afford the numbers anymore. Whoops.
What do you think Terraforming Mars is?
Well, I had it at 2.25, but now I'm gonna say it's 3.25.
Man, you're pretty close, other than the
off this whole game.
And then Galactic Cruise?
I had it at 3, which now maybe it's going to be closer to 4.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So that's a bust.
That's a bust.
When
That
you
was,
picked on 4, I was
14
like, oh, that is definitely possible.
That was 14.15 your total.
Nice. Excellent. I know how to pick them.
All right. We'll hide those back so it's easier to look at. So what do you think Troubles is?
So I averaged, throwing in Wavelength is the one to bring everything down, but I averaged the first 4 I picked at around a 2. So I figured 2, 4, 6, 8, give or take, a tenth or 2/10, and then Wavelength was one that's under 2 to kind of level it off. So I'm going to say Troubles was, if I had a guess, 2.1.
Hey,
Pretty close.
Okay. All right, 2.04. Okay.
What do you think about Marvel United?
It's probably a little bit under 2. So I'll say 1.95.
Ooh, you were close.
Yeah, nailed it.
1.83.
Wavelength?
That one's going to be less than United, so 1.3, 1.2.
Oh,
Well, even less than that.
1.12. Okay.
We'll come back to Batman. What do you think about Quadropolis?
So a little bit. So if Troubles was 2.4? So I'll say 2.5 is good. 2.5, 2.6.
2.2.
2.2.
Which I would argue should be a little bit higher. But
I think so.
well, because we always play on the other side with the 5. It's a little more advanced.
So if Batman is weighted a 5, I would be at 12.19. So I would bust as well.
So it's definitely less than 5.
Yeah, it's a little over 2.
2.19.
Nice job.
Thank you.
Very nice.
So my total was 9.38.
I really actually am kind of like blown away that I got the number one whole digit off.
One off.
All of them.
But you were still like where the point something was. You were really close. So
the point
that
was
one
right.
thing.
It was just, my brain was going, this number is the weight. Yeah.
All right.
Oh well.
That means whoever wins the next round is going to win it.
Yeah.
It's true.
All right. And the next round is
the next round worth 3 or 4? Because otherwise you could have had a tie as well. Huh?
it's
3.
worth 3. I have a tiebreaker if that was the case, but we don't need it.
Sure don't.
The tiebreaker was going to be the amount of games to make you push more.
Mm.
So this one is going to be really tough because it is how many expansions and promos
Oh, jeez.
do each of these have? And the answer is from BGG's expansion tab. So when you hit expansion, however many items are listed there.
So in other words, if like the publisher of Flamecraft forgot to put some promos on there and then they're not listed, then that doesn't count.
Yes.
Okay. Just checking. I don't know if we got them all, and therefore I don't know. And we're trying to get to 42. I love it. I love the 42.
Gotta get to 42. So Peter, you are choosing first.
Boy.
Wait. So before you give an answer, I need a clarification.
Yeah.
If the expansion has modules in it, it's just the boxed expansion, not how many modules are in that boxed expansion.
It really depends on how it's been put into BGG.
Okay.
I did not even read the entries. I counted how many there were, and that's the answer.
And
so
promos is brutal.
Promos are hard. I can tell you a lot of these are just one card.
Yeah. I want to pick Flamecraft to start because I think I could count that one if I know what's in the database.
Plus or minus 1.
Or plus or minus 5 is the problem.
I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
I knew this would be a volatile one.
Well, it doesn't. So Chris said a lot of these are one card. That's great. But if a lot of these are one card, I mean, we're not going to reach 42. So it's
no. Sorry, I misunderstand. A lot of the entries are one card, but one of these might have like 5 entries of one card, another card, because it was a different promo time that it was put out and stuff like that.
Wow, this is a really good one. I like your game, Chris. I like it.
So what you gonna do, Mike?
Promos is brutal.
Yeah, I was surprised by this one myself. I would not have done well at this game.
All right, Dead of Winter. Dead of Winter out of the gate.
Dead of Winter. Ooh, went with an old one.
There are some promos in that.
There are.
Oh,
All right,
my goodness.
Peter.
I remember hunting each one of those promos though.
I am gonna pick Tapestry. I think I can figure out how many are in that one.
That's a good one. It was that or Dead of Winter for me.
All right, Mike.
Bolt Express.
Great game.
It's like, do I go anywhere near Root because it's got good nose? God, I don't know how many are in there. I'm gonna go with. Oh,
Yeah.
there's some tough ones. I'm gonna go with Arc Nova.
Can't find it. Oh, there it is. Who built this game?
Promos is difficult on that one as well. I don't know.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Mike.
Let's do Stone Age.
Stone Age.
Yeah.
Okay. Another old one.
Mm-hmm.
Peter.
Let's see. I don't wanna bust. I don't know where I'm at right now. That's the problem. I'm gonna say Earth right now.
Fairly new one.
Yeah.
Mike.
Scythe.
Which one?
Scythe.
Oh, Scythe. Peter.
I'm gonna stop.
Interesting. Mike.
Give me Above and Below. And Splendor.
And where'd Splinter go? There it is.
Oh,
I
lower
like,
left.
I like those two ways of trying to get to the top without going over because they're the least dangerous, maybe. Although, come on, the Teotihuacan can't be that many. I don't know, maybe. Who knows? I don't know how
I
many.
mean, there's at least what 2 box expansions, if not 3, and then they could have done cards. They could have done something with.
Yeah, right.
All right. So you both staying, right?
Yeah.
You staying, Mike?
I can't convince myself to pick any of the other options. So
Root's very dangerous.
yes, yeah,
All you have to do is outrun Peter.
Yeah.
Without running
right.
over
Which
the
I
end.
think I'm hoping Above and Below and Splendor did. So
Yeah. Might have done it.
All right. So Peter, we're going to go with your numbers first. How much do you think? How many promos and expansions do you think Arc Nova had?
I had Arc Nova at 6 things.
Ooh. Pretty good.
I missed one. I got to go collect it because I don't think I have 7.
How about Tapestry?
I had Tapestry at 8 things. I think it might be more, but I was over on that one.
Kind of evened out a little bit from the other one, huh?
Yeah.
How about Earth? That's a fairly new one. How about Earth?
I had Earth at only 4 things. Oh no. What?
that hurts.
What are they doing over there?
Earth went nuts.
What?
Yeah. So you're at 27 right now.
He's counting like mats and water bottles or something. What the heck is this?
That
I do
hurts.
know one of these has something like it's not coasters, but it's something like that as one of their.
Oh my goodness, that should not count. Should be gameplay.
I don't think it's Earth that has that, but I can't remember who it is.
I can't wait to see if my number for Flamecraft is correct.
Yeah. So what you have for Flamecraft?
I have 8.
It's 9.
Okay, all right. Very close on Flamecraft.
Which puts you at 36, I believe.
Oof.
Okay.
That's pretty
I
comfortable.
thought it was actually going to be low, so the Earth thing could have helped me.
Yeah.
If Mike walks into a trap, I don't know if he has walked into a trap.
No,
All right,
I don't think I got 36. I think I'm under
What do you think you got for Colt Express?
5.
When you picked that one, I was like, uh-oh.
What the hell does Colt Express have?
Wow.
You better hope you were really wrong about all the others.
Oh, fuck. All
I
right.
don't know how- I honestly would have put Cult Express at about 4. So
Yeah, they have a lot of extra little stuff.
Yeah, the two expansions, the Back to the Future DeLorean, and then I figured they'd have like a couple cards or something. 20.
Yeah, I think they did a lot of cards and new characters, stuff like
little
that.
cacti, does that count?
Ick.
On the list.
Okay.
How about Scythe? How many do you think you got there?
7. All right. Well,
So you're at 36.
in my round.
If the other ones are at 0, you tie with Peter.
They're not at 0. Dead of Winter has like 20 by itself.
Let's
15
see.
probably.
Dead of Winter has 14.
15.
Oh,
So yeah,
all the
you're best.
characters.
How much do you think Stone Age?
More than I wanted to have right now. It had the one expansion, the fashion one, and then probably 3 or 4.
yeah. Oh,
7.
Oh wow, wow, 7,
Above and below?
10.
14.
wow.
I had a lot.
Splendor?
I was pegging it at 4.
Oh,
What the? Oh,
You're going for 142, I think.
Ugh.
oh God!
All right.
Now
So that means
As the maker of Flamecraft, we're not making enough. Look at this crap. Look at this stuff happening here.
Yeah, do
Peter takes
better. Jeez.
yeah, I can show you the other ones now too. So
God,
Root had
that's
15.
Brutal.
And here I thought Root was going to be the excessive one.
Gloomhaven had 18.
Okay, glad I didn't go anywhere near that
Yes.
thing.
Dune had
Aria.
10. Yeah, 16 for Teotihuacan.
What? Well, like this is a die. This is one card. This is one pyramid. This is a die. I don't know.
A whole bunch of stuff like that.
It's
Yeah,
like Feast for Odin would have been another safe one. At the
yeah.
bottom.
I was surprised at that one. I would have expected more there.
Yeah.
God, that was surprisingly brutal.
There wasn't just one trap. There were several traps.
That
I think I
there
hit
were a
the
lot
2. I hit the 2. Splendor, Colt Express.
there.
Yeah, that was.
Gloomhaven was obvious. Teotihuacan was another trap. I didn't think it was that high. Above and Below, I knew. Dead of Winter, I knew. Like I knew they had a lot.
Yeah.
Scythe, even Scythe throws me 16.
Yeah.
I was actually
Jesus.
very nervous of any Stonemeyer game. I was like Tapestry. I pegged it at more than 5.
Yeah, I was surprised with Tapestry too. I expected some extra faction stuff, some extra. Yeah, you can put all kinds of different cards in there and stuff, but the technology cards,
Yeah. First at 15 blows me away. That was cool.
Yeah, that last round sucked, but that was really fun. That was awesome.
I should have started with a smaller one, but I couldn't remember where the smaller ones were, so I was just like, well, if I don't start from the top like I did with Peter, he's gonna be like, oh, I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
Might as well just let you know where you were. Because I remembered Colt Express being the highest one. I was like, why? I don't understand.
Yeah.
But, yep.
That was
Yeah, anyway, thanks for
That was
playing.
Congratulations,
Yeah, it was a
Peter.
fun
Good job.
game. I like it. Yeah. Cheers. It was great.
And thanks for coming on. That was awesome.
Yeah, I had a fun time. It was a good break to sort of chat games before I go return to work on this sci-fi game that I'm working on, the space game.
It's 9 p.m. where you are right now. I don't think you're supposed to be working.
It's not active campaign. You got to keep going. We are. Let's see if where we're at in terms of
did we gain any?
We're at 495 with 5,824 backers. So we're like really close to a couple milestones. We should be there tomorrow.
That's awesome.
It'll be fun.
I was hoping we'd hit it during the show.
We're so close.
Yeah.
No, that was a great break for the stuff coming up. So definitely welcomed.
Cool.
Yeah, everybody go check it out. Links in the description.
I hope you have a great con. It sounds really fun. All the stuff you're putting into it. The kind of con that I would like to go to is the one where it's getting that much attention and passion put into the prep of it. It's the reason why I know I couldn't do it, because I know I would want to do the same amount of work. It's a lot of work. So kudos to you for that.
Well, when you decide, not if, when you decide to put on Cardboard Alchemy Con, I'd be happy to run it for you.
We did have Ocean Con. It was all online.
We did it online, and the theory was Brad said, hey, this will be like a way to go to a con, and it will be like a lot of less work than putting on a show at a con. And it was less work, sort of, but it was about 2 to 3 months of prep to get this online con with guests and special, things and prizes and wheels and game shows. And we did a lot. Only because I don't, just like Mike, I just want to pour it in, right? You want to put all the time into it. So there is no halfway on anything like that, right?
No. You do it or you don't, right? It's
yeah.
But I think Potion Con was fun. I event coordinating and event planning and scheduling and all those moving parts. It does present its own type of challenge. But it's fun. I love it. I love everything. I've loved it from the beginning. I love conventions. I love doing all that stuff. It's just being around the people. Like there are people I love. There are people I know that just don't like to be around people. And there's just something about being around, like Gen Con's a monster, but there's something about being around, like this is home, right? The board game industry is home. There's some of the best people I've ever met, whether they're hobbyists or in the industry. Like they're just genuine, mostly genuine people. And to be around it, being able to create one that people can be around in the image that I would want one to be created it's humbling to see it all come together and to see the people be there and the support that I've gotten. It's a phenomenal thing. And when you love something that much, like you guys do, you pour everything into it because it's a representation of who you are, and you want it to be perfect, and you hold yourself accountable for everything as often as you can. And it feels good on the back end.
I hope you get to enjoy it as well.
Oh yeah. I mean, the guest list is ridiculous. There's so many people that are coming that I get to hang out with, and it frustrates me because I don't get to spend as much time with them as I'd want to. I'm more of the night owl with this one. I'll do the registration stuff and check people in and then take a break, right? I'll go to the room, I'll shower, I'll come back, and then I'll game till 4 a.m. and be right back out at 8 a.m. Like that's my con routine. But I love the refill of hearing everybody be happy and the cheers and the laughter and those uproar moments when the dice goes the right way, like all that stuff it keeps me going. So this is the perfect time for it. It's a great time for it to be happening, and I'm very much looking forward to it.
Nice. Can't wait to hear the recap then next week.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Tell everybody I said hi. I feel like I'm sad I'm missing it.
I'll send you all the pictures just to rub it in.
You could be winning a Critter Kitchen, I believe.
True.
Nice. I have one right there.
The regular, the deluxe, the plushies. Already got people hyped up for the
Nice.
fundraiser on that stuff.
Good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for watching. Thanks, Peter, for coming.
Yeah,
It was
thanks,
fun.
Peter. I know you got your stuff going on. It means a lot for you to take the time to come over.
Oh, absolutely. I love the show.
Thanks.
Awesome. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah.
Bye.